Why, hello there, friends. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. It's your friendly neighborhood ASMR nerd. Back at you for another Sunday stream. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday or happy Monday. Whatever it might be, wherever you are. And it's wonderful to have you here once again. Once again. We're doing it again. We're gonna do a stream. Another one. I know, unprecedented. I hope you all had an excellent week. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone's summer is going well for those in the northern hemisphere, or winter for those in the south. What's going on here? What's going on here? Yo, Nakoma, hey, happy 3-year, 6-month mod anniversary, Nakoma. Wonderful to see our resident raccoon here. Why are we not getting any alert sounds? What's going on here? Why am I not seeing any alerts? Did you guys? Somebody do something. I didn't see or hear anything there. Arcadia, congrats on the 7 stream streak. Did I accidentally mute? Okay, we got that. So Trigger Fire is working. Thank you, Eyelash. I should have just swore. I should have just dropped an F-bomb right there, and then you would have had to do something. Okay, well, system sounds are working then. Maybe Twitch alerts aren't. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out as we go along. But apologies if things aren't showing up. Okay, Bunger's still bunging quite well. Royal's still making noise. Definitely got some Royal. Shush. She sounds like we're torturing her. We're not torturing her. She just wants outside. She still doesn't like the fact that she has to come in at night these days. It's still, she resists it. I mean, eventually, like after she gets out her all this, then she's fine. But that's right, still not good. That's right. Royal. Here, 1 second. Let me bring the baby over, and she can be part of the stream. I'll be right back. 1 second. Royal, what you screaming about, huh? What you shouting about? You're sitting down there as if I'm gonna let you out, but you know it's not outside time. I think you know it's inside time. Yes, I think you do. I think you do. Let's go see the people. Your adoring fans. Alright? Let's go see your adoring fans, okay? Okay, dear? Okay. Yes, your adoring fans are here. Look. Royal says hello. Maybe that's what she wanted. She's just like, hey, it's time for me to make my appearance. Baby. That's right. Give you some good purrs. Sargon says, Royal sounds like my void cat. He does the same meow if I'm away from the man cave for too long. For some reason, he thinks I must always be there and nowhere else in the house. It's where you exist. He knows that's your lair. Near road lead you to warm sands. That's right, Bruce. Royal, how are you doing? You doing good? She got to be outside for most of the day today, so really she can't complain too much. I mean, she will complain, but that's right, Clay. Cat content. You know it. She's got. It's hard to tell. Oh yeah, I know the lights are bright, huh? She's got very blue eyes, although it's kind of hard to tell in this light because it's a warm light that I have here. So she's such a sweetie. Yes, and as long as I hold her, she likes to be bounced like a baby. So I'm just giving her a little bounce. Just a little bounce. She's like falling asleep. Oh my goodness. Still Neko says, I've been at an anime con all weekend and apparently my elderly tortie has been screaming that I'm gone. Oh, poor baby. Royal, I think you need your nails trimmed. Yeah, you need a little trim. She's not going to like that, but I can feel her little claws on my arm. And just how I know it's time for a trim. She just wanted someone to acknowledge her, I'm pretty sure. She just wants someone to acknowledge her. All right. Okay, dear. You doing good? Should I put you down? Will you stop screaming for at least 5 minutes? Okay. Okay. You come on back now when you want some more attention. Maybe just don't scream about it. Okay. There we go. We got the royal visit in early. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I bet you she's gonna be screaming again within 5 minutes, maybe less. Hey, we have a tradition around these parts, as you all well know, and that tradition is certified for second, third. I don't have a name for it. I don't know what we call it. Despite being a tradition, it doesn't have a name. But it's important. It's important for me to acknowledge who is certified first, second, and third in each chat, both the Twitch and the YouTube. Shout out to both chats. Over on Twitch. Now, I don't have the full context. Once again, I missed the beginning of the chatting over there, but I am informed by Bruce, who says the order is Dylan, Cleo, and then Bruce himself. And you know what? That sounds plausible to me, so I'm going to take that as gospel. So certified first tonight goes to Dylan BBK. Congratulations. Certified second goes to Cleo, who I don't know if Cleo's actually awake. Cleo might have fallen asleep, but Cleo, it is wonderful to have you here, awake or asleep. Either way, so nice to have you back. And certified third goes to Bruce Buchner. Congratulations to our top 3 starting chatters over on Twitch. Over on YouTube, Nicholas Ingram coming in first. Congratulations. Jackie Wacky coming in second. And Yak and No coming in third. Wow. And they each called it first, second, third. That was very efficient, you guys. Congratulations to Nicholas, Jackie, and Yak and No. And then Jazz claimed fourth. You are also correct, Jazz. Congratulations. Jazz says, I love your content, man. Addicted to your older PC build videos. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you like those ones. I've not built a PC for a long time, but when I do, there will be new PC build videos. Although right now, it's looking like that might be never, because PC prices are stupid. So there's that. But, you know, I appreciate it, Jazz. Hopefully those old ones can tide you over until things are slightly less insane. Saga of Blitz, hello. It is going well, and it is good to see you. Well, I hope we can help you wind down from work today, Saga of Blitz. Clay, wonderful to see you too. Saga of Blitz says I was able to buy a 4TB NVMe for only $540. Such a steal of a price. Oh wait, that's more than double what it should have cost. I mean, I'm glad you got yourself some good fast storage. It just sucks that, yeah, it's like more than twice what it would have cost, you know, well, certainly more than twice what it would have cost this time last year. It's pretty rough. But actually, you know, like, I've certainly seen them more expensive than that for 4TB these days, so hope you get what you need. Hi, Jack. Great to see you. Welcome. Yeah, things have been good. Things have been good. And FaZe Beast coming on in early tonight. FaZe Beast says, hello, ASMR, ultra chiseled jawline and hairy chest nerd. I think I passed out hard last stream. You did and missed out on gameplay. But that says you're doing ASMR as intended. As intended. I do aim to please, whether that's with gameplay or not. But hey, FaZe Beast, it's good to see you. And if you pass out again, that's quite all right. That's, as we always say, as ASM artists, our content is one of the only kinds where the creator doesn't actually really want you to see all of it. If so, that means we're maybe not doing our job right. So different people watch ASMR or listen to ASMR for different reasons. So I don't take it as a personal offense if people don't fall asleep by the end of a video or stream, but some people just like to hang out. Some people just want to have something in the background while they're working or whatever. Yakinono says there was a huge 4 terabyte 990 sale for $300 one day, but it went up to $800 instantly. No heatsink on that. Do you think that was a real deal that they would have honored, or do you think, was that 5 minutes? Is that about 5 minutes? Or do you think they would have, was that a pricing error, do you think? Ravens fan says, your lights look so cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy with the keyboard wall and the lighting and how that all turned out. Over on Twitch, Nova was very close. Nova, you were very close to certified third, but you didn't quite. I think Cleo might have scooped it, or I guess in this case Bruce. But Nova, wonderful to see you. Congrats on certified fourth. Let's see who else we got here. Who else? It's just me yapping a bunch in the chat. Sargon, good to see you, Sargon. Oh, welcome. The Norseman says good morning from Norway. How are things in Norway this morning, Norseman? Hey, I've got some good news for you. Well, maybe it's good news. I don't know. Maybe you don't care, but maybe if you hate Norway, maybe it's bad news. But I believe we are starting our drive today in Norway. Kristiansund. Yeah. So I don't know where we're going to go from there, but that's where we're going to be driving from. So that's kind of fun. Royal, shush. Sorry, one moment again, friends. I'll bring Royal back here so that she might shush for a moment, and you guys can get a little. Oh, she's decided she's coming in. She just busted through the door. 1 second. Hey, Royal. Hello, dear. Yeah. I know. How dare I ignore you? How dare? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dear. What a muffin. Norseman, that's like 2 hours from where you live? That is super random. Maybe we can drive to where you live. Who wants to drive to Norseman's house, guys? Royal prefers Sweden, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, she's about Sweden, but you know, can't all be perfect. Or something. Bruce says it's her stream, Nick. You might as well change the channel name. The ASMR Royal. Baby. Darling. Yeah. Mike over on YouTube asks a beer review tonight. Yeah, I mean, a casual, informal review. I try a new beer each stream, usually a new one. And tonight's is no exception. It's one I've never had before. And it's a beer for a good cause. So when we do get to the beer opening, we'll get the nice pour, all the nice fizzy sounds. Then I'll let you know what I think of it. But I'll also explain why it's important as well. You know what, Norseman, that's fair. I just imagine you just living in some like rustic village in Norway. Just out there, you're probably chopping wood, you know, doing other Norse-manly things, sailing, maybe, I don't know. You probably have long, you know, flowing blonde hair, kind of like this. That's just what I'm imagining, you know. Please don't destroy my mental image, my headcanon. You are she's just happy to hang out. I think she just wants to hang out. The problem is, when I'm holding her, I can't really scroll the chat or anything like that. So I'm just going to read what I can see on the screen right now. Yakinono said, I phase in and out of consciousness during your stream and Valcor's. It's mellow. That's what we aim for. That's what we want. That's great. FazeB says maybe your voice was gifted by an alien. Not that I'm aware of, but I guess anything's possible. They could have gifted me my voice and then, like Men in Black style, erased my memory. So that could happen. Alien species long ago when you got abducted. Yeah, maybe. Who can say? Who can say? Huh, that's crazy, Akinono. Sometimes on Amazon, though, they still, like, there can be scams on Amazon. Scamazon. And, you know, there are occasionally pricing errors on Amazon. Unless it's, like, sold by Amazon rather than a third party. In which case, I think they will usually honor it. But, okay. Hey, you were the one that was complaining. Now she wants down. To be a cat. Whatever state you are in, you need to be in the other one. That's how it seems to be. Can you get out that door? Okay. I shouldn't have doubted her. I should not have doubted her. Dak says, I need the ASMR tonight. Playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance for the first time and needed something to relax in the background. Nice. The first KCD is pretty cool. I never did finish it, but what I played was cool. Royal looks like a plushie. She kind of does. She's very fluffy. She's very fluffy. Not quite, says the Norseman. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Go ahead and ruin my headcanon. That's okay. Is that like racist of me to be like, you're probably like blonde and chopping wood? I don't know if that's racist. It wasn't intended to be. Maybe it's playing to stereotypes a little bit, but it's all in good fun. Whatever you're doing in Norway, Norseman, I'm sure it's great. Sackett says, I haven't been in any ASMR streams that have dogs. They all have cats. They're lovely. I just find it interesting. Yeah. It's pretty uncommon I see dogs in ASMR streams. I wonder if that says something about ASMR artists as a sort of in a general sense. Or if it says something more about cats tend to be quieter on stream, maybe. I don't know. Not Royal, though. Royal's like, no, screw that. Blossom Loves Tea, wonderful to see you back. Welcome on in. Blossom Loves Tea says, good midnight from Eastern Canada. Probably midnight plus some by now. Welcome. Great to have you back. Glad you could be here with us tonight. Naga, good to see you. The ASMR Naga is here. It is now officially a real stream. Germalite says, good morning from Finland. Hey, I'm sorry we're not in Finland in Euro Truck Simulator today, Germalite, but we could go there. We could go there. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great morning. Arkentia, welcome, welcome. Norseman says, who's taking the under or over 10 minutes before Nick shows up? I don't know what time it was that I actually appeared, but I think it was about 12 minutes after I started the stream, so I don't know if anyone bet on that, but no, Sargon, you're not allowed to go home even if I'm 15 minutes late. Not allowed. Shearwater, welcome on in. Twitch Yakinono dropped in, aka Logo Tone, for a 10-month resub. Logo Tone, congrats on 10 months in our Potato Pals, our Spud Buds, our Tater Tots, Tater Tots, Tater Tots, Tater Tots. I'm tapping on this tater just for you. Just for you. Thanks for coming back for another one, Logo Tone. I appreciate it. Eyelash is here, of course, because Eyelash was already, giving me a hard time, so good to see you, Eyelash. Welcome. Eyelash also out there, not to just give me a hard time, but also to give trolls a hard time, and anybody who's messing with our chat a hard time. Steel Neko says, get in the truck, losers. We're delivering the iceberg lettuce that causes explosive diarrhea to Albania. What did Albania do to deserve that? Tuba Fett, congrats on the 30 stream streak. That's a lot of streams in a row, and I'm impressed. Welcome, Tuba Fett, welcome. And Sargon with the 25. That's pretty good. That's pretty good too. Congrats, Sargon, on the 25 stream streak. The Norseman says it is now way more than a month, considering he is streaming once a week. So that is 4 times a month. So more like 6 months. Yes, but if we compressed all the streams into a month, it would be almost a month. That's how I interpreted that. But you are correct. Once again, Nakoma, wonderful to have you here. Our resident raccoon, also keeping an eye on the chat, making sure that it's a, you know, it's a chill place. It's a comfy, cozy place. It's a place where you can let your guard down if you want. Just be yourself, as long as yourself is like generally approximately PG-13 and, you know, no extreme violent talk or sexual talk or you know, super swearing or whatever. Like most of yourself, just not that part. And if that's all you are, then I'm afraid we don't have a place for you here. Oh yeah, also, thank you, Eyelash, for shouting out Nakoma. Nakoma, who is now streaming. Y'all gotta go check out Nakoma. Hit that follow. Click that heart. Click the heart. Click the heart. Follow an amazing member of this community and just an all-around awesome person. I'm sure you will love Nakoma streams. I haven't been over there yet, but I'm still sure. I'm still sure. And I will as soon as it works out. As soon as the timing works out. Eyelash is just waiting to drop bonks at all times. Like, I imagine just hovering over the button, you know. Eyelash lives to bonk me, which is weird to say, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then we got to the part where Royal was screaming. Yeah, she's scream. She's scream. Actual baby. Yep. And then Sargon talking about the Void Cat. Yes. Really, you just come here for Royal these days. I understand, and that's okay. You know, I'll keep milking that for all it's worth. So, I hope you got back to your elderly Torty Steel Neko, or you will soon. I hope you get back soon. So it sounds like they need you. ASMR so good, people drop it in the first 20 minutes. That's what I like to tell myself. It's not because I stream super late or I'm super late getting started. Yeah, PC parts prices are silly. Just silly. Attractive, hey. Attractive says, hey guys, I'm lurking and listening while I drive home. Hope your drive's going well. And we'll see you when you get home, Attractive. Safe driving. Biscuits Limp, hey, glad you can make it back out. Good to have you back. And the Norseman says, I'm about to start work here early on an early in Norwegian morning. And what does work entail for you, Norseman? We already established that it wasn't chopping wood, so. What have we got going on here? Oh, Nakoma with the blood sugar check. Thank you, Nakoma. Let's see how the old blood sugar's doing. The old glucose. Let's see. 5.7 and stable-ish. I mean, that's good. That's what we like to see. Thank you for looking out for your streamer, Nakoma. I appreciate it. I also see that Sargon has requested a stream game coming up. Sargon says, I hit 25k points again, and you know what that means. Doom. Any entry, modded or unmodded. Alright, yes, we can do that for you, Sargon. Some ASMR Doom is probably overdue. Over Doom, if you will. I will think about what we'll do. It would be kind of fun to do Doom 2016 or Eternal or something, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. You're a developer by trade, Norseman. Very cool. I won't ask you to dox yourself by asking you what you develop, but happy development. Happy developing. That's right, Nakoma. Good sugar. Sackett says, I haven't been in any ASMR streams that have dogs. Oh wait, we already discussed this. Yeah, it is a little odd. You're right. Eyelash says, need to drag the cat tree beside you. It is back there. It's right there. Maybe she would hang out on it if I put it like right here, but then you guys couldn't see it. Of course, she's not there anyway, so you can't really see her there anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but could I lock the dogs up? They're too rambunctious for relaxation. Depends on the dogs, I think, but yeah. Sackett said it depends on the dog and specific breed. Some are super chill. Yeah, I've met some very chill dogs, for sure. Aren't they those Sackett potatoes? Is there a more versatile food than a potato? I don't know. They're pretty good. Gertrude gonna lay the smack down if you're rude. That's right. Gumby, what's up? That's correct, Bruce. That's correct. We could probably sum up all our chat rules into that, but instead we have a long-winded thing, you know. Naga, you were at Nakoma's first stream. Most excellent. Most excellent. I don't know what stream you're on now. No, but hopefully I make it to something soon. I'll be like, I was there in the first 10 or whatever. Clay says, I rewatched your GPU ASMR videos, the GTX 980 to RTX 4090, that which would cover what? The 980, the 2060, the 3080, and then the 4090. That's been my upgrade path. And I love all of them, said Clay. Reminds me of my GPU upgrade path from 2016 to today. Especially the PC building one is my all-time favorite. I can't wait till I can do another PC building ASMR video. But it might be a little bit. Not that this PC is any slouch, mind you. It's got, you know, the 4090 still. It's got that 5950X, which, you know, is actually a little long in the tooth now, kind of. But it's still like, you know, 16 cores, 32 threads, like touches almost, you know, like the high upper fours in the gigahertz. It's not an X3D chip. Is maybe the one place where it falls down, but it's still pretty capable. So even if, you know, CPU or PC component prices were more reasonable right now, I probably couldn't justify an upgrade just yet. Yakanona says, I got the Final 14 final relic state today. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like something to be proud of. Congratulations, Yakanona. For anyone who plays, it was an undertaking and then some. Well, congrats. Sounds like an achievement. FazeB says, beer reviews while truck driving? Sounds like fun. Speed limit. I don't think driving the speed limit makes it legal to drink beer and drive, actually. I don't think that's how that works. Pretty sure. We will, I will give my standard disclaimer, which is that it's all fun and games to have a drink and do some Euro Truck Simulator too. But don't take that to mean that I would ever endorse driving in an unsafe manner under the influence, whatever that influence might be. Alcohol, Mary Jane, any other altered state of mind. Even if you're really tired, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Ever. You're endangering yourself. You're endangering other people. So, keep the driving under the influence to video games. That's always my little spiel that I feel is important to, you know, just throw out there. I just don't want anyone to think I'm tacitly, you know, endorsing drinking and driving. Because I never would. And I hope that all of you are smart enough and have enough forethought and empathy and whatever to never even consider such a thing. I believe you are. I believe you do. You all seem like pretty thoughtful people. Kilo Milo says it is National Polka Day. That's pretty good. I don't know how to dance to a polka. Otherwise, I would, maybe. But I don't know how to do that. Happy National Polka Day, all. It was International Cat Day yesterday, according to Fire Golza on our Discord. Royal, happy International Cat Day. One day late. Royal, are you sad out there? Will I come in here, dear? I can't see her. I can just hear her on the other side of the door. I don't know if you heard her. She's like, meow, meow. Just little tiny meows. Phase B says, I appreciate how you bring positivity to us and this community. It's really easy when you guys are so awesome. Truly. Truly. But it is my pleasure, of course. Keeping us relaxed and sleepy at all times. Like I said, I aim to please. That's right, Yakinono. Should I make a PC building video? I mean, it would get clicks. If I made a video called, I paid 5 times as much for this ASMR PC as my last one. And like had the look, like YouTube look, thumbnail face. And just like dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign. Like money on fire. It would get some clicks probably. Probably not enough clicks to fund the new PC or make up the difference in price. I'm going to say. Yakanona says, my friend's high school buddy got a DUI when cops let him go first at an intersection. He raised his beard to say cheers. I shouldn't laugh. That's very, very stupid. But also kind of absurd. Kind of absurd. I'm glad they got him, though, because he could have gone on to harm himself or someone else, right? That almost sounds apocryphal. That almost sounds like too stupid to be real. Like from a sitcom or something. Yeah, exactly, Akinona. Driving tired can be deadly. I had a distant acquaintance, partner of a friend of Sarah's who died in an accident when he was driving tired. So it happens. It's no joke. Mike says the movies have been great this year. Have you seen Spider-Man, The Odyssey, Obsession and Backrooms, Toy Story and Michael, Project Hail Mary, or 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, etc.? So I must confess, I'm not a big movie guy. I don't often get to sort of the popular films, but I did go see The Odyssey last Monday. And I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna be a full review or anything like this, but I thought it was cool. I wasn't quite sure what to expect going in, but it basically was what I guess I had in mind. It was like, if you imagine Chris Nolan, the director of The Dark Knight, for example, doing his take on a somewhat stylized version of Homer's epic, The Odyssey, then you might get something like this. And And I thought there were some parts that were a bit clunky, and I did have some issues. I thought all the acting was good, but I did really have a hard time not seeing just the actors a lot of the time. Like, you know, not just seeing Matt Damon. Although I think he did it. Maybe Matt Damon actually did an alright job of disappearing into that role. But John Bernthal, I just saw John Bernthal. I thought Anne Hathaway killed it. I thought she did a spectacular job, actually. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was a pretty heavy film. It was like a lot of go, you know. But I was entertained, and so I enjoyed it. Did they have historically accurate John Bernthal? I don't think that film was going for historically accurate. It's interesting. It really seemed like it was intentionally trying to like straddle the sort of like really historically accurate epic, and then on one side, and then like 300 on the other, like a super stylized presentation. This kind of seemed like it was trying to split the difference and sit somewhere in the middle. And I think that's probably the right way to do it, you know. Okay, Royal, let me go see if I can bring her back. She's clearly struggling without attention. Royal, where you at, dear? Hello. Come on, dear. Why aren't you settling down? You're adoring fans once again. Let's go see your people. She just meows. She's so sad, all abandoned. Nobody loves her. And then as soon as I pick her up and bring her here, she's just purr. She's just so happy. So yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna spoiler anything about the film. I don't know if you can spoil a 2,500-year-old poem or whatever. But what's up there? You see something? Anyway, I thought it was a fun movie-going experience. Maybe fun's not quite the right word. It was entertaining. It was epic, you know. How you? Yeah, what's up? Hello. Yes, Royal Purrs ASMR. Hi, Serena. Hello. Royal says hello. Oh, Royal says, okay, time to go. Put me down. Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. Look, Royal, there's a treat here. Hey, did you see it? Here you go. I put that there the other day for you. Here you go. Enjoy the treat. One of her favorite treats in her cat tree. I put it there a couple days ago, and she clearly didn't find it or something. Didn't notice it. So, okay, see you soon, Royal. I'm sure you'll be back. Or maybe she'll settle down now. That would be good if she did. That would be good. Anyway, but no, I have not seen any of those other films, Mike. Before The Odyssey, the last film I went to the theater for was The Mandalorian and Grogu, which, again, you know what? I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I was entertained. So, Yakanano says, you need to make another video that with that shocked Asmon Gold typeface saying, my last video didn't pay for the expensive PC. Hey, that's how you make content. That's how you make content. I have like big tears in my face. Yakinono, you really enjoyed Nolan's Oppenheimer. Yes, I did too. That was a good film. Nick was a character in the Odyssey movie. Just an extra in the background. Yeah, you're just gonna have to go watch it very carefully, frame by frame. See if you can find me. They do. You're not wrong, Yakinono. Post-pandemic, Chris Nolan films feel like A-lister clown cars. That's a good way to put it. They play a background janitor, kind of, actually. I thought Robert Pattinson was pretty funny. He was kind of chewing the scenery. That's pretty good. See, that's a big yikes, Yakinono, and it's probably good that Nolan changed that. That's probably the right choice. Faisby says, I have pie. It's a lemon pie. Ooh, or something like that with whipped cream. Something like lemon meringue, maybe. Oh, some lemon meringue pie would hit so good right now. Team Brownie, thank you. Thank you. I have a bunch more keyboards here that I might actually reorganize, put some new ones up, swap them out a little bit. No problem, Mike. And don't get me wrong, I love John Bernthal. I think he's a great dude and a fun actor. I love him as the Punisher. Obviously, like, Walking Dead was his big breakout or whatever, I guess. But I don't know if that's true. Maybe he was in stuff before that. But that's where I first became aware of him. But, he kind of has, like, one thing he does. And he does that one thing very well. But I felt like Menelaus was a bit of a weird fit for him. But I can't say I didn't enjoy his role and his portrayal. It's just that, like, okay, it's John Bernthal doing his thing, I'm scrolling back up in the chat because I missed some chat. Tokyo Electric said, Doom 2 is the only Doom I ever played, but I remember loving it as a young kid. And also, hi, hello Tokyo, welcome. How's it going? Where are you at right now? Are you globe-trotting somewhere? Are you melting in Seoul this week? I think you would have said if you were. Yeah, so fun story. I've never played Doom 2. Never played it. I feel like it's... I don't know. Is Doom 2 kind of considered like a black sheep in the Doom family? Maybe that would be more Doom 3, because Doom 3 was quite different. But Doom 3 hit right when I was getting really into, like, PC hardware, like tech and graphics and stuff. And that game blew my MFing mind at that age, as like a graphical leap forward. It still looks good to this day, I think. I have not really actually looked recently, but I bet you it would still look okay. But it was very much more of a bit of a slow burn survival horror kind of thing. Tacoma, nice. Your popcorn and beer. Royal. Come on, dear. Seriously. Yeah, Bruce, I don't necessarily have like a fixed GPU upgrade pattern, but the 4090 still has legs for days. It's got lots of power, so it remains the second most powerful GPU you can buy, so I'm happy with it. I think it's going to last me for a while longer for sure. And don't text and drive. That's right, Tokyo is absolutely correct. But on this stream, we're like, let's crack this brew and hit the road. Again, in cyberspace. It's okay. Saying cyberspace makes me feel like a very much a child of the 90s. Steel Neko, yes. YouTube did ban a bunch of ASMR artists recently. there's some weird stuff going on with YouTube and its moderation and ASMR in particular. We'll see if it amounts to much more, but I will say that, and we did talk about this a little bit last week, but I mean, YouTube's moderation is garbage. YouTube's automated bans and the appeals process is awful. But this has been a problem for a long time. And these are not the first ASMR channels to be banned. And I'm quite confident they won't be the last. That doesn't make it okay. But it does mean that I think this latest round, this latest wave got some very, quite a lot of publicity amongst ASMR viewers and community. But it has certainly happened before. So I don't know that this is necessarily a change in YouTube's policy, I guess is what I'm saying. I think it's maybe just the latest round of this. Biscuits Limp, well, I mean, therapy, I would never claim to be a therapist or to fulfill that purpose, but I'm glad that maybe what I do here can complement or help. Welcome back to Combo. Hi everybody. I'm a doctor, but I'm not that type of doctor. Seriously. Royal. Okay, let me go get her again. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting silly. Royal's not settling down tonight. Royal, why? Why are you not settling? Here. Oh yeah, here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Here. I think I might know why she's not settling down, possibly. I realized we had baskets of laundry all over the bed because we were going to fold the laundry and then we ran out of time. And I think maybe she's protesting because she's like, hey, there's crap all over my sleeping spot. So I moved the baskets off and I arranged it the way she likes it, put her blankie back, so maybe she'll settle down now. Hopefully. Bruce says nobody disappears into their role the way Gary Oldman does. I agree. Gary Oldman is a wonder. Truly. Robert Pattinson using all that Twilight money to do the roles he really wants. Weird little guys. He seems to be royal. I thought we were past this. This is getting out of hand. That's right, Bruce. He's basically Shane from Walking Dead in every role. And you know what? That's okay. I'm sure there's some roles where he's not. I'm sure there's some roles where he flexes his range a little bit. But I will say he was he gave off some fatherly vibes in Yes, Royal. What are you doing in the corner over there? What are you doing? What are you doing, dear? Come here, hon. Come here, honey. Okay, now you're just gonna go back out. Miss what? What is the problem? I could probably just ignore you. It's probably because I keep acknowledging you that you keep coming back and meowing. I'm probably creating a monster. I'm probably creating a monster by acknowledging your meowing. But she's so darn cute, it's hard not to. It's hard not to acknowledge her. And also, on an ASMR stream, it's not super relaxing when she's just meowing constantly in the background. It's much more relaxing when she's up here purring. So, much more relaxing. Excited for Robert Pattinson's next movie. Oh yeah, I saw a poster for that. What was that called? I don't actually know what it's about, but I did see a poster. Artractive, thank you for that, Rain, by the way. And also, hello, Artractive. Welcome back. I hope you had a good drive home. Hey, Dawn's Eternal Light. It is so good to see you. Hello, hello. The purrs are the best. Happy 35-month sub-anniversary, Royal says. Happy 35-month sub-anniversary. Thank you for continuing to support the channel and the community. Royal doesn't know anything about that. She doesn't care. Royal doesn't care. She just wants attention and purse. Yes. Enjoying Blueprint still, Dawn's Eternal Light, eh? How is it? I think we do, Nakoma. I always say these Euro Truck streams are the perfect opportunity to see exactly why you should not drive while distracted. Because, man, I do not drive safely on these streams. Let me tell you. You enjoy her meows? Aww. You don't mind her little sad meows in the background? Surely you enjoy your pet or purrs more though. Why don't you hang out here, Royal? No? Okay. See ya. She just cannot be contained tonight. I don't know. Cannot be placated. Exactly, Steel Neko. A cat is always on the wrong side of the door, even if you just want to interrupt. That's correct. That's correct. Royal leveling up her charisma skill. Aura farming. Yo, Serena. Thank you so much for the bits. Royal Purrs is the best. I'll make sure that those bits go towards buying her treats. How about that? Those bits will be for Royal. Bruce says, Nick, if you work with anyone named Jim, do you ever go, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a firefighter? I don't, and I don't. But if I did, I would. If only. Hey, that was a legitimate use of damn it because I was quoting Bruce, okay? I'm allowed to do that. Gex Sunrise, good to see you. Welcome back. How have you been? How have you been, Gex Sunrise? Big ups and downs lately in life, holding my chin up. Well, I'm glad that you are joining us here. And I hope the future brings more ups and downs. Good job sticking through it. The scamp. The scamp represents what you're gonna do with your downs to the challenges that stand in your way. Happy 10th anniversary to No Man's Sky. Oh no. Really? Oh man. Where do the years frickin' go? I remember coming back from work, firing up No Man's Sky that when it released, and diving into it. I have a very specific memory of that day. Yikes. Yikes. And still a threat. Congratulations to Hello Games for righting that ship, correcting that course about as hard as anyone has corrected a course. and turning No Man's Sky into what it is today. It's very impressive, truly. That's right, Sargon. I do agree. Her little back chats, yeah, she can be pretty talky. She can be pretty talky. She just wants to be with her favorite person, maybe, but she also just wants, I don't know, any kind of attention she can get. I did talk about the Odyssey a little bit. I did enjoy it. I had a few bones to pick, a few quibbles, but overall, it was a pretty cool movie-going experience, and I did enjoy it. I do still, I've never really liked the audio mixes in Nolan films. Like, they're very powerful, but man, he likes his bass. And sometimes things can just be kind of muddy. And I mean, I know that Chris Nolan doesn't personally mix the audio or whatever, but whoever he has doing it, and whatever stylistic control he imposes, it's just, I don't know, it tends to be, oh, sorry, that's my blood sugar. I guess it has decided to drop. I better do something about that, I guess. I better do something about that. Well, it's about time for me to go get the stream beer anyway, so I will also get something for the blood sugar. Anyway, but overall, I did very much enjoy the Odyssey. Stop the sugar. Stop it from going too low. Too low. Still enjoying Blueprints. Nice. That's Eternal Light. I should go back to it. It's a very cool game. Hello, Bolos. Welcome, Bolos. Welcome. Is the scamp Morrowind or Oblivion? That is a Morrowind scamp, Blossom. That is a Morrowind scamp. The sound of the scamp is neither Morrowind nor Oblivion. It is yours truly. That is a custom scamp sound. That's right, slay your inner scamp demons. That's correct, Attractive. That's true, Bruce. I was quoting Bruce, who was in turn quoting Bones. So I think that's basically just art at that point. That's like transformative high. That's culture. That's what that is. That's culture. Gorog, welcome. I hope you enjoyed Spider-Man. My work on display. My work on display. My voice work. Y'all can send your requests to the ASMRnerd@gmail.com. If you want, if you want me voicing the characters in your upcoming game or whatever. Sargon says, I play No Man's Sky on the regular to this very day, cruising around the universe in my pirate dreadnought in space Winnebago. I should probably try and get back to it. I don't know. I mean, there's so many games to play, but there was something special about No Man's Sky. That's your "you're about to die" alarm. It's not quite that drastic, not quite that dire, but yeah. 100% are attractive. Yes, I know so much of the music in that movie is just ratcheting up the anxiety. He really loves his like increasing tempo drums, like the drums in the background that just get faster and faster and faster. Yeah, I don't think No Man's Sky will ever be finished Kick Sunrise, so you just gotta go for it, I guess. Roll that beautiful scam sound. Still not go. Nakoma says, I'm gonna need a cameo call from you to do this. For you, Nakoma, I'll do it for free. How about that? I should dress up as a scam for a Halloween stream. Oh man, I don't even know how I would. That's terrifying. Gumby, you got a Yunzi AL68. Nice. Are you liking it? Are you liking it? Jumping back to the YouTube chat here, because I missed some. My favorite type of pizza? It's a really tough one. I love all kinds of toppings on my pizza. I mean, like, I'll enjoy a classic pepperoni, I'll enjoy a Hawaiian, I'll enjoy kind of like a Mediterranean type, I'll enjoy like the West Coast type you get around here with the smoked salmon. I enjoy deluxe pizza. I enjoy like there's one that this local place does, it's like a hot wings pizza, love that. I'll even F with a Thanksgiving pizza. There's a place in town that does a Thanksgiving turkey dinner pizza. I'll eat that, I'll enjoy it. Honestly, you'd be hard pressed to put pizza in front of me that I will not enjoy. Truly. Ginger Bear, welcome. Welcome. Phase Beast, yes, I do remember Goosebumps. I do remember Goosebumps. Less the show, more the books. I remember reading those books in the 90s and being terrified as a kiddo. So I guess they did their job. Yes. Yakanono says, I think it's awful. Why don't they let us have these things they consider bad? I don't watch adult ASMR, but also whatever. So I agree about live and let live. And no, that's the wrong way to start this. I think adult ASMR, if that's your thing, if you want to create that, if you want to enjoy that, consume that, whatever, go for it. That's totally cool. But I do think there's a time and a place for it. Okay, time is maybe not there, but I think there's a place for it. I think YouTube is probably not the venue for it, I guess. So, but if you're doing it on a different platform, that's fine. You go do your thing. If you're creating spicy content somewhere else that's not YouTube or your YouTube channel, more power to you. Go get it. I do think that problems can arise when a creator potentially creates content and disingenuously labels it something that it's not. And I also am sensitive to the fact that sometimes people's definition of spicy or the intent behind content can differ from, you know, what the creator intends to how people interpret it. It's not always a clean, obvious thing. So there's subtlety there as well. But I definitely do think there are some creators, and this is a high horse that I've been on this before. This is not surprising to those of you who watch this stream. I do think there's some creators out there who do put out content that they know exactly it's intended to be sexual and it's intended to attract that viewership, but then it's labeled in a way, or it's advertised or presented in a way on YouTube that's like, well, no, this is just ASMR. It's like, well, yeah, there can be some gray area there, but also sometimes it's pretty obvious what's going on. And then I think in that case that can be problematic, because I think it causes problems for the people like me, like many other ASMR creators who are out there making content that is not sexualized ASMR. Because when YouTube cracks down on that stuff, sometimes it's with a very broad stroke. You know, it's that with the hammer, not with the scalpel. And that's where I think things get messy, right? So, anyway, whatever. But none of this is surprising to any of you who've followed me here for a while. Yes, Shane from The Walking Dead was later the Punisher. That is correct. That's correct. Yo, Tabilt says washing dishes and this BS pops up. Get on my sheet. Okay. Why are you in the chat then? I don't know. I have no idea. But maybe if you stick around, maybe you'll find there's something to enjoy here. But if not, that's cool too. I never understand people that also are like, there is something on the internet that I don't like, and that bothers me. And I'm gonna make sure people know that. Like, okay, bro, whatever. Oh man. All right, I better go get myself something for my blood sugar, and I'm gonna go get tonight's beer. I'll be back in a moment, friends. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't touch that dial, as I like to say, which I think is just an increasingly antiquated thing to say. I think like the kids don't know what that even means, but that's okay. I'll be right back. That is a lot of flames. Actually, I must admit you turned up, whatever showed up. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Y'all got turned. But Sargon couldn't even get the Blastoise squad out before Dylan and Steel Neko were already burning down the chat. Dang, y'all, dang. Nakoma trying desperately to control the flames. Now, however, that is very appropriate because tonight's beer is the Fireline Red Lager from Red Truck Beer. Fireline Red Lager. And you can see right here it says 10% of proceeds are donated to BC wildfire relief. And we'll talk about this in a second because it's been a bad week for BC and fire. So we'll talk about that in a second. But first, I do need to deal with my blood sugar. And I have here a Kit Kat Chunky. Now, I'm no fan of Nestle. We do not stand Nestle around here. But also, I'm only human. I am weak, and I love Kit Kats. So every once in a while, Kit Kats happen. That is my my controversial statement for tonight, I guess. my hypocrisy revealed. So I'm gonna have some of this Kit Kat Chunky, and if you guys don't like eating, chewing sounds, whatever, you might want to mute for the moment. But this is a life and death matter. Gotta get that blood sugar up. So I will give you the thumbs up when I'm done chewing, because I know some people have the, misophonia are very sensitive to eating and chewing sounds. I wouldn't want to drop that on you out of nowhere. So, oh yeah, they make Kit Kat Chunkies. You've never seen these? It's like a big heckin' chonker, singular, chunky Kit Kat. It's great. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. I don't know. I just like, there's lots of other chocolate and wafer candy bars out there. None of them hit like a Kit Kat. And I like the Kit Kat Chunky because the chocolate to wafer ratio is like more on the chocolate side. And I like that. Wait, do you mean to tell me maybe they don't make these in the States? Is this some like Commonwealth thing? Dylan says, I thought that we only had these in the UK. Well, we get them in Canada. Are you telling me you guys don't have Kit Kat Chunkies in the States? What? How is that possible? Y'all are missing the F out. Kit Kat Chunkies are great. You do have them, okay. Good, because I was going to be like, I'll send you all Kit Kat Chunkies. Alright. That should do the trick. My blood sugar should come shooting up. Hopefully not too much. Mike, you got your wish. Thank you to Serena with the downpour. Alright, I'm done eating the Kit Kat now. Safe to unmute if you were hiding. Captain Price says, bro, we got hosed on the Kit Kat game in the US. It's true, you know whose Kit Kat game is on point? Japan. Nobody does Kit Kats like Japan. Oh, smoked salmon on pizza is really good. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back up to the previous pizza chat. Nicole says, so the hair flip wasn't sexual. Shh, Nicole, you're gonna get me banned. It's like the naked meta that Twitch had to specifically ban, where people used boxes or the edge of the screen to pretend to be naked or to be actually naked, and then that evolved into the hot tub meta. Yeah. Yep. Tokyo says, I had a Myanmar style spiced sausage pizza while in Thailand and no pizza has come close. I don't even know what that means, but that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Bolo says, pretty much all my friends that have kids watch YouTube. Kids just don't watch regular TV anymore. It's true. Yeah, it's true. And then we hit all that fire. And our tractor said, I had some delicious non-alcoholic ginger beer. Nice, that sounds good. Drank too much this weekend at a friend's birthday dinner. I'm glad that you are, you know where you're at, you know your limit, and ginger beer sounds great. Sounds real good. Still Michael asks, is that AI art? I hope not. I'd be kind of disappointed if it was. I doubt it. But I don't have any way of knowing. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if it was. But I also kind of see what you're saying. This is always the challenge these days. AI art is often, there's no tells anymore. Or it can be very hard to know. I don't know. Yeah, I hope not. Bruce says, Nick, I never really asked, but how did the beer affect the blood sugar? It depends on the beer. Obviously, beer has some carbs, so it can bring it up a little bit when I'm consuming it. But actually, its bigger effect is later on, typically like quite a bit later. And this is not necessarily beer specific, it's just alcohol in general, but it tends to actually have a suppressing effect on the blood sugar in the wee hours of the morning. And so I have to be careful if I have a beer or if I'm drinking anything really, to be careful that I don't go hypoglycemic during the night, like when I'm sleeping. So, which my friends thought was very funny. I might have told this story before, when we discovered this when I became type 1 diabetic in my university years. We discovered this effect that, like, well, the beer itself, initially the carbohydrates can bring it up, but then later on the alcohol brings it down. So I can just drink beer forever and I'll be in a perfect homeostasis. Like, it'll balance itself out. That's not how it works, but you know, we drank a lot of beer in university, so it was kind of funny to imagine. Oh boy. Kit Kats are pretty tasty, it's true. Dearly Neary says Kit Kats are delicious, I'll allow it. Thank you for allowing me this one vice. I do appreciate it. That's right, my hot take for the day, Steelnica. Dearly Neary says, I had some really good Kit Kats in the UK when I visited. I was jealous. America really doesn't have a lot of good chocolate. I imagine there must be good chocolate in the States, but maybe just not like cheap in candy bars at the grocery store checkout or whatever. Nicole says, Kit Kats were my dad's favorite. Well, I hope you can get your hands on a chunky one at some point, Nicole, if you want to try it out. Tokyo said, I don't eat sweets usually, but a Reese's or a Kit Kat once in a while. It hits. It's true. Right, Bolos? The chocolate to wafer ratio is pretty darn good in those chunkies. I do enjoy some Reese's myself as well. Blossom from time to time, occasionally. Very occasionally these days, but yeah, Tokyo said, never seen one of those chunky ones. Thorax says, I don't think I've ever seen a Kit Kat chunky before. But now I'm wondering if I'm willing to burn down the orangutan's home for that bomb. See, there it is. There it is. Now you're making me feel bad about it, Thorax. Like I said, I'm an exemplary person in many ways. I have a weakness for Kit Kats, okay? We all have our vices. Also, Thoric, welcome. Thanks for coming in with that scathing criticism of my candy consumption or chocolate consumption habits. I see a lot of actually debate about whether Kit Kat chunkies do exist in the States or not. Some people saying yeah, some people saying nah. Thoric, welcome. Bruce saying yeah, we do have them. Our tractor says yes, they do have the Kit Kat chunkies in Australia. So maybe it is a Commonwealth thing. What we don't have, says Bruce, is ketchup flavored Pringles. Thank God. I don't know if I've ever had ketchup flavored Pringles here, but ketchup chips in general, you can get them, like every major brand has ketchup chips in Canada. And you know what? I kind of like them. I'll come out right now, I'll say I kind of like ketchup chips. You said I'm with the Christmas cards, Tokyo. The what? I don't know what you're talking about, Tokyo. I gotta stop that bit. It's old now. I can't just keep pretending. Maybe I will. Maybe I should send y'all some Kit Kats with the chocolate bars. I mean the Christmas cards. Norseman says, I'm guessing you've never had the Norwegian version called Kvikk Lunch, translated to quick lunch. It's great and for some reason used as a snack when hiking and extra popular during Easter. I have not, but now I want a Norwegian Kvikk Lunch very bad. If I ever make it to Norway, I will have to try and find one. Dearly Neary says, I looked up Kit Kat Chunky and I found one carried by Walmart that says it's a Canadian import. Okay, so maybe you can get it, but only imported. Interesting. Serena said they probably taste better up there. Hershey makes them in the US and their chocolate is more sugar than chocolate. I'm trying to think if I've had American Kit Kats in recent history. I don't know that I have, but I will say that the chocolate on the Kit Kat Chunkies is actually not bad. Like, well, I don't know. I'm no chocolate connoisseur, but it's creamy. It's good, you know. Gek Sunrise says, I've discovered that sugar-free chocolate ain't bad. Apparently the sweetener is a laxative, but thankfully my stomach seems to mostly ignore it. Okay, I will say, Gek Sunrise, careful, you're playing with fire. Because as a diabetic, I do indulge in some of the no sugar added chocolate from time to time. And maybe it's a me thing, but those sugar polyalcohols, they will mess you up if you have too much of them. That is my experience. And by mess you up, I mean you're gonna be on the toilet. But you know what? I'm glad it seems to work for you. If you found something that works, go for it. That's right. These poor Americans protected from the dangers of Kinder Surprise eggs. You don't know what you're missing out on. There's so many different kinds of Kit Kats, especially in Japan. Oh, the matcha Kit Kats are tasty, Blossom. Oh, you do have one. It's just called something else. It's called the Big Cat. The Big Cat. That's actually a good name for it. I think that's better than Kit Kat Chunky. Alright, there you go. Now you all Americans, you know you can find it. Just look for the Big Cat. Although again, it's probably manufactured by a different company, so maybe it doesn't taste the same as up here. I don't know. If you ever make it up to Canada, or you can find an imported Canadian Kit Kat Chunky, try it out. Our tractor says, let's assume that it's not AI, but it does have that signature orange AI style. Is AI art often orangey? I don't know. Galileo says, hey Nick, just started Pal World today because of your last stream. Can't stop playing. You know what? By the end of last stream, I was having a real good time with it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Galileo. Also, welcome. Tokyo says, I think it's a cool can and love that they donate some of the proceeds. BC Beer Game looks so fire. I really need to make my way over here. Absolutely. We have some, you know, I maybe I'm a little biased, but I'll say we have some of the best craft beer out here. Drink some beers, wait for your blood sugar to tank, then start drinking some more beer. That was a joke, by the way. I'm not recommending. That is not a good thing to do. For many reasons. For many reasons. Oh, man. Naga says, I've been on a big mining trip in Minecraft the whole stream, and I just got back. Now I get to smelt all my ore. So that's the dream. It's good. It's good feels. Get that dopamine. Bolo says, I'm surprised we don't have ketchup chips in the USA with how popular ketchup is. Right? It's kind of weird. Why don't you all have ketchup chips down there? Thorex says ketchup chips are 10 out of 10 and no one will ever change my mind. Thank you. Somebody else out there likes ketchup chips. You know, Naga, I haven't actually figured that out yet. I have to admit, I still delude myself and say, no, I'm going to send last year's and the years before this year's. I still intend to, but then I actually have to do it, you know. That's the problem. I feel like I'm just digging my hole deeper and deeper. I don't have a plan. I have no exit strategy. All dressed chips are God tier. That is the hill I will die on. I would easily put all dressed chips above ketchup chips. Like, I like ketchup chips, but all dressed are better. It's just objectively true. The classic Haribo sugar-free gummy bear reviews on Amazon. That's right, Steel Necko. Steel Necko says, so many people did Ghibli-style art over a couple weeks. Most AI art generators have a yellow pea tint to them now. Interesting. Interesting. Running a craft brewery these days, except for like the few that have made it big in the local craft brewery scene, like Phillips, I think Hoyne to some extent, you know, that you know, their product is widely distributed. I think it's really tough these days. I think being like a small, you know, microbrewery or small brew pub is quite challenging from a business perspective. Yeah. What are all just chips? Man, it's a hard flavor to describe. They are tangy. They are savory. I don't know. What even is it supposed to be? What are all dressed chips supposed to taste like? I couldn't even tell you. They have like a bit of a vinegary. They have a little bit of a like a seasoning salt kind of vibe. I don't know. All dressed chips taste like, okay, according to the Clankers, according to Gemini, they taste like a bold mix of barbecue, sour cream, and onion, ketchup, and salt and vinegar. I find it hilarious also that we are listening to the perspectives of an incorporeal AI entity that has never tasted anything, for what all dressed chips are supposed to taste like. Let's go instead to the real people, the organics. According to Plain Soda Water 3 years ago on Reddit, they are a combination of ketchup, barbecue, sour cream, and onion, and salt and vinegar. Isn't that exactly what Gemini just told us? Just ripping off the Reddit thread. It's what they do. It's a reference to burger toppings, apparently. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, they've got a bit of a, I could see the ketchup aspect, the salt and vinegar, the sour cream and onion. I could see it all. Dressed in their Sunday best. They're pretty good. It's like the leftover flavors from their other chips mixed. No, there is a canonical all dressed flavor. It's not just like whatever, anything goes. That's right, Foxy Beast. They're taking our jobs. They're taking my all dressed describing job. It's true. Somebody get these clankers out of here. Just Mike. I need to hear from a definitely real person Redditor what they think all dressed tastes like. I'm glad Saga of Blitz also agrees that ketchup chips are delicious. Kit Kat Chunkies are the Christopher Nolan of Kit Kat, says Mike. You know, that somehow makes sense to me. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, the imported Japanese Kit Kats here are pretty expensive, unfortunately. Oh, man. Oh, hickory sticks. Also good. I've not had hickory sticks for a long time, Nakoma. Thank you for reminding me that they exist. Everything bagel chips. I'll have with that. I'll have with that. Skelly's Dead. Hey, welcome Skelly's Dead. And thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back for month number 9. You know what happens in month number 9? If you want to, you can name your new baby potato, because you have a baby potato sub badge now, and it is tradition around these parts to give it a name. It's just something we do. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but it's just kind of a tradition. Y'all, we should open this beer and then we should drive some trucks. Which again sounds really bad when I put it that way, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Scully's dead. You will name your baby potato Pikachu. That's a great choice. That's an excellent choice. Y'all, speaking of Pikachu, I mean, I have the Pikachus back here, but I have something to show you. Check it out. We've already established the Kit Kat Chunkies are my vice. I have some other vices as well. I don't always make the best choices when it comes to what to do with my money. So I was at Costco the other day, and they had this. Now, I think it was on this very stream that I was talking shiz about this Lego Pikachu. I think I might have said it's really ugly. And you know what? I kind of stand by it. It's maybe not the best looking building toy Pikachu out there. I think the Mega Bloks ones actually look better. However, I could maybe convince myself that it's actually so ugly it's cute. Like, it is kind of cute, right? It's still kind of cute. Also, it was on sale. Costco had it on for, I don't know, what did I pay for this? $180 maybe, which is a lot of money. It's like 180 Canadian dollars. It's a lot of money, but it is also a pretty big Lego set. And I think it was regularly like 270. So I'd basically be losing money if I didn't buy this from Costco on sale. So, you're right. It's a female Pikachu. You're correct. It is a she. You're totally right. Good catch, Attractive. It's in the tail. It's in the tail. Well, actually, I don't know how this Pikachu identifies, to be clear, but at least presenting female Pikachu. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It looks like you can. It's up to you. It's up to the Pikachu. I don't know. It depends on how your Pikachu wants to present. Anyway, so I bought this, and it's a pretty sizable looking set. Like, it's over 2,000 pieces, you know. So it's a hefty amount of Lego in there. I still have that Eevee that I haven't built yet. I must admit. Yes, we'll go with they, them for now, until Pikachu tells us otherwise. But actually, I think I'm coming around on it. Like, I think it maybe looks a little better than I thought it did. So, yo, what's up, Poco? Welcome. Chris says, okay, good deal for the Pikachu Lego set. You have my full support. Okay, good. Thank you. I needed to be validated by all of y'all that I made a good purchase. What's the most obscure flavored chip I've ever had? Asks Mike. That's a tough one, because I feel like chip flavors are just totally, like, anything goes these days. The chip manufacturers just throwing flavors at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I'm here for it. I love it. I don't know. I've had some really weird ones. I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, I'm trying to think what's the weirdest chip flavor I've ever had. I don't know. I just know I've had some bizarre ones, and they were all pretty good anyway. All right. Christopher Nolan equals really good, but somewhere over the top. That's right. Maybe that's exactly the correct description of a Kit Kat Chunky. Anyway, Scully's dead. Thank you for naming your little baby potato Pikachu. Welcome, baby Pikachu potato. It just reminded me of that, and I wanted to get your approval for my Costco purchase. Oh man. You know, Bruce, I'm sorry that was your experience growing up, because that's actually pretty sad. That's unfortunate. I mean, like, I'm not making a judgment about your childhood necessarily, but I just mean, like, it's too bad that was so common. Tokyo says, since we're talking about food, I'm in the Southwest States right now. Do you have carne seca jerky in Canada? No. Carne seca, does that just translate to dry meat? Dry meat jerky? I've never seen it. If it's a brand, I'm not familiar with it. I'll have to keep an eye out for it though. Thank you for validating my purchase also, Attractive. Welcome on in, Poco. Welcome on in. Nice to have you here. Tokyo says, I really wanted to start buying some of the Lego City Legos and build a big setup, but they are crazy expensive, like how often is. I think I'm just going to go out and buy a 3D printer and try to figure that out. You can also, you know, there's definitely ways to build Lego sets for not Lego prices. That is a thing you can do. There are ways. You just want to build some cyberpunk cities. More power to you. Yeah, the jumping pose is kind of cool. Jumping out of that Pokeball. You're right. Attractive. I like a good, like, smoky barbecue chip Foxy Beast. I like a mesquite flavored or something. Like a kettle chip, mesquite barbecue flavored kettle chip. Now that's good. I ain't got nothing against sour cream and onion Gex Sunrise. It's a good flavor. Poco says, any Thief videos coming soon. I think I've watched your playthrough 3 times at this point. You Taffers, my thief gang, you all are so patient and so deserving. I've not put out any videos, you might notice, for a couple months now. That wasn't really intentional. It's just kind of how it's been. It's just kind of where I've been at with life right now. Yes, I do intend to put out more Thief videos, hopefully soon. I gotta get back on my Thief 2 Let's Play. Y'all have been waiting for far too long. So yeah, in theory, there won't be more coming. No, Tokyo, that's new to me. Thins, sour cream, and chives are my only weaknesses. They're attractive. Those chips are addictive. Your only weakness? That's impressive. I know, Bruce. I really do need to just open this beer. So, once again, friends, tonight's beer is important, actually. It is the Fireline Red Lager from Red Truck Beer. And as it says down here, 10% of proceeds are donated to BC wildfire relief. BC's been having a bad week from a wildfire perspective in the interior, the Okanagan region. There's been a couple of fires that have caused evacuations, forced thousands of people out of their homes, have destroyed people's homes, properties. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think there have been any deaths yet, but that may have changed. Also, it's usually just a matter of time when there's big fires like that burning. Just in the last couple of days, the community of Summerland, BC, was evacuated on Lake Okanagan. I know that Peachland was under evacuation alert. I'm not quite sure what the status of that fire is right now, but it's bad times. It's obviously it's apocalyptic for people who lose everything in these fires. Obviously, BC is also not the only place that experiences this. Earlier in the summer, Ontario was hit very hard, and many other places around the world. This is, of course, not just a Canadian problem. Something that Europe faces increasingly these days. Certainly, the U.S. is not immune to wildfires, but globally, wildfires are an increasing concern from a public safety standpoint. I think it's really cool that Red Truck Beer does donate 10% of the proceeds from this beer to BC Wildfire Relief, and it gives a little description on the back here. It says, in partnership with United Way, 10% of proceeds from Fireline Red Lager support the BC Wildfire Recovery Fund, helping communities rebuild after devastating wildfires. United Way BC provides critical supports like food, mental health care, children's programs, and both short and long-term recovery services. Every purchase helps families and neighbors move forward together. For more information, you can visit the website. So, yeah, it's pretty shocking, even as someone who studies wildfire for a living, to see the kind of widespread destruction and loss of property and sometimes loss of life that is becoming more and more commonplace, where I call home and around the world. So good on Red Truck Beer for helping that cause. Steel Neko says, my in-laws live in Penticton and the fires around there are bad. Yes. Yeah, that's right in that neighborhood. Yeah, Penticton, as far as I know, is not currently threatened, but certainly could easily be. And are attractive. Yeah, Australia, of course. You got your bushfires there, It's a global issue. And of course, beyond just the fires, as Skelly's Dead points out, wildfire smoke is ubiquitous through large swaths of North America, certainly these days, from fires in Canada, but also fires in the States. We exchange smoke quite readily. It's not like the smoke stops at the border. And wildfire smoke comes with, of course, its own whole host of health impacts, negative health impacts. So, what's up, Banksta? What's up, Banksta? We're just talking about wildfires and how crazy it's getting. So, by drinking this beer, we're doing our part, a little part, but we're I do appreciate that the Red Truck Beer put this out for that cause. All right, let's crack this open. All right, and let's pour this one out. Pardon me. I have to say I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of red ales. This is red lager, I guess, not an ale. We'll see how it is. I'll drink them, but they're not my favorite style. All right, let's pour it out. Red Truck Brewing is based in Vancouver. For those wondering. Now that is a nice pour. So foamy. Yakinono, you're a fan of red lagers. Well, I'll let you know what I think of this one. Vancouver's a nice place. It's got its issues like any city, but it's a nice place. Yo, what's up, Limit? Limit's here to set the record straight. Friends, today we toast those people, those heroes, and I don't use that word lightly, who put themselves in harm's way to protect those threatened by wildfire. Every year, every summer, every fire season, our wildland firefighters are out there doing incredibly dangerous and incredibly challenging work to save communities, to save lives, to protect our natural resources. It is an impossible job in that, there's relatively so few against just the raw power of nature, but they do what they can. They do amazing work. They do save lives. And that also goes to not just our Canadian wildland firefighters, but also all the international firefighters who come to help protect Canadian communities and lives. They are truly heroic in their efforts. So cheers to our firefighters. May they stay safe. It's pretty crazy work. That beer is good. It's nice. Nicely balanced, actually. Yeah, it's yummy. I like that. Foxy B says, chug. This is a sippin' beer. Prepare for trouble. Make it double. That's right, Limit. You know what else? It's like a rocket. Kapow. I do. Cheers to those who risk their lives for others. Indeed. Indeed. We actually, one of Sarah's cousins is out there fighting fires in BC this summer. And many of my colleagues are former wildland firefighters. And of course we work in my field of study. We work very closely with a lot of firefighters, over the course of experimental burns and prescribed burns, and also trying to understand what the needs of the people actually out there fighting the fires, and committing resources to fighting fires, what their needs are in terms of predictive models for fire behavior, fire activity, fire risk, right? So we hope that in some small way the kind of work that we do, like me and my colleagues, can keep firefighters safer and keep communities safer as well. Yo, Phantom Shadow, welcome on in. Phantom Shadow, thank you so much for joining us. Can we get a shout out for Phantom Shadow, please, y'all? Phantom Shadow, longtime member of this here community, and awesome streamer here on Twitch. Please do go hit that follow, support one of our own here, and I'm sure Phantom Shadow would appreciate it very, very much. What were you doing over in the haunted forest tonight, Phantom Shadow? What were you guys playing? Firefighters deserve groupies. It says, yeah, no. I mean, sure. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Firefighters deserve to be known as the heroes they are. And Mike says to all the people going through the wildfires as well. Indeed. Yes. Obviously, the people, who are displaced, who lose everything, even the people on evacuation alert. Like, it's still incredibly stressful and disruptive to all the folks impacted. All in our thoughts. Played some Restory and some Spider-Man. Cool. Must walk away for a bit to feed your baby, though. That is fair. That is pretty important. Go feed that baby. And hopefully we see you back here shortly. Thanks very much for coming on in. We appreciate the raid and for joining us here. Much appreciated. Oh, I know what you mean, Naga. I think I know what you mean. Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean that's the truth as well. Our attractive, obviously the human impact is what we focus on a lot because we are, anthropocentric most of the time. But of course, yeah, wildlife is impacted as well. It can be devastating. All right, gang. Let's drive a truck, shall we? For at least a little bit here. So, Euro Truck Simulator. You all know what Euro Truck Simulator is. If you don't, somehow, it's exactly what it sounds like. It simulates driving a truck in Europe. We do jobs. We take on cargo. We take cargo from point A to point B. We make some money. We upgrade our truck. We upgrade our garages. We can hire other drivers. There's a whole management sim aspect to it. But mostly, I like playing this game because it's like a road trip, basically. It's like a road trip simulator. That's what I like it for. And they built this little scale model of Europe that's obviously way scaled down, but it includes some major landmarks, some very beautiful roads, some fun driving, and that sort of thing. So we've got the ASMR Nerdmobile here that we're going to be driving. Mike says, I'm happy Royal settled down, but I miss her purrs. Aw. Yeah, I think she must have gone and settled down on the bed once I took all the laundry off of it. Scope Tree, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Please make use of that tater as much as you want. As much as you want. And Freddie, thank you for the rain. So, tonight we begin in Norway. The last time I streamed Eurotruck, we were in Norway, so that's where we're going to be starting from. Kristiansund is the community that we are going to be starting from. And usually the way I pick a job is to simply go to the freight market and pick a job that starts in or around where we currently are, and then I sort by price per distance so that we get the best bang for our buck. And it looks like we've got a shipment of medical vaccines to be taken from Kristiansund to Turku in Finland. And this is actually a wildly lucrative job, like almost 75 euros per kilometer. So yeah, I think we do that one. That sounds great. I mean, we can look and see, but I mean, that's a much longer job. This one goes to Lithuania. Some caviar. A very short little ride from Kristiansund to Donbass, also in Norway. But no, I think we do this one. Also, vaccines, important. We gotta get the Finns their vaccines. So this will take us across part of Norway, across northern Sweden, and then we'll take a ferry into Finland. So I think we should do that. Sounds pretty good. 23 tons of caviar. It's true. That's a wild delivery. I don't know what they're doing in Donbass with 23 tons of caviar. What's the population of Donbass, Norway? Just out of curiosity here. The population of Donbass is 1,163 people. Okay, so if we take 1,163 people and we divide it by 2,300 kilograms, 23,000 kilograms. 23,000 kilograms divided by Sorry, I did that the wrong way around. 1,163. That is almost 20 kilograms of caviar for every resident in Donbass, Norway. That's what that is. What y'all do with 20 kilos of caviar? For every person. Yikes. Yikes. That's quite something. Alright, but we're not taking the caviar, we're taking the vaccines. Naga, you would sell yours, yeah. Okay, so here's another question. How much is a kilogram of caviar worth? Probably depends on the caviar, but what is on average, what would 20 kilograms of caviar be worth? On average, 20 kilograms of quality sturgeon caviar is worth between 40,000 and 120,000 Canadian. What are they doing in Donbass? What is happening there? Yo, what? I think Naga has the right of it. Yeah, sell your caviar, buy a house. I'm pretty sure. Phantom Shadow, welcome back. That was quick. That was quick. It's all good. Welcome back. Umaki asks what key switches are those. These are the Kale Box White V2s. Kale Box White V2s. They're so heckin' clicky. They got that click bar. They're a lovely switch. If you want that big click. That's right. Oh man. Okay. We're not driving the caviar though. It's important. We're going to do an important job here. We're going to take the vaccines. All right, let's go. Let's go. Start up my controller here. Set GPS destination. Okay, it looks like it's rainy here today. It's rainy. It's like kind of sunny out, but also kind of rainy. Sort of weird. Alright, let's go. Let's freaking go. Where are we going? Where are we going? We're going this way. We're going this way. I'm actually not sure even quite where we are. Looks like we're at a garage. Maybe we had to come here to repair some stuff. It's been a while since we played this, so I kind of forget where we are, what we're doing. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, actually, maybe we were going to repair and we hadn't yet. Oh yeah, I probably should put on them wipers. You know what? Let's just quickly back up here. Oh shoot. Okay, we won't just back up in the middle of the road, I guess. We've got a pretty decent turning radius on this thing. Yeah, there we go. Just pull a UE. And let's just make sure that we actually don't need to repair the truck before we go. Let's go. Okay. Vehicle maintenance. Okay, we're a little damaged. Ah, but that's just regular wear and tear. We can't actually. Yeah, average wear. So we have to replace some parts to fix that. But it's only 3%. That's not too bad at all. So, but we've stayed on top of our maintenance. So that's looking good. It's looking good. You Donbass may find your favorite cursor, says Mike. Fight Nights and Creative Rights. Hello and welcome. I like your name. Welcome to the channel. Fight Night says, this is my first time seeing you. Well, nice to have you in the chat. I hope you're enjoying the vibes. How many miles does the old Nerdmobile have? I actually have no idea how you can check the kilometers on this thing. I guess we can just look on the dash there. Looks like 30,500 kilometers on this particular Volvo truck. Sorry, buddy. Not Donbass, Reaper. Donbass, which is apparently a place in Norway. So, but I can see they sound very similar. Yeah, it's a nice looking truck, isn't it, Blossom? Alright, let's frickin' go. Let's go pick up this delivery. They have changed the UI here. I'm not sure. There's something here that says 13%. I'm trying to figure out if that's my gas. Like, are we really low on gas? Should we be stopping to fill up? Or is that something else? I don't actually know what that 13% is showing me. I guess we'll see if it starts to go down, and then we better stop for some gas. Could be you're tired, says Lee. It does show that separately, and it looks like we're okay in that regard. I think we're doing okay in terms of our drivers' tiredness levels. No, it's a different bar. It's up above the map now. I'm not actually sure what it means. I do too, Mike. The turning signal sounds so nice, eh? That's right, Reaper. That's correct. You got it. All right, let's grab these vaccines. Here we are, medical vaccines, and we can also get the caviar here. So we'll do the medical vaccines. Let's do it. Let's do it. Blossom says, I think you're around 60% gas. Oh yeah, we can see that on the dash, so I guess it's not the gas. I don't know. 13% something. It must be, maybe it's like wear and tear on the truck somehow. I don't know. Even though we saw that was only 3% earlier, so I don't know. Oh, this is kind of an awkward situation. Let's come around here. Let's... Oop, nope. Let's not go that way. Let's pull forward a little. Let's turn our wheels. Let's do that. Okay, now where is that? Oh, no, we're nowhere close. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's adjust. Let's adjust. Okay. Okay. I think maybe now. We might feel a little closer now. I guess I could just like look out my window here. Yeah, I think we can make it from this angle here. I think we can make that happen. Totally nice. Okay. Apparently that works. What do you even mean still not go? Have I taken any trucker speed? Bruce, you want to see that sleeper back here? Look at that. Doesn't that look cozy? Sorry, I'll stop it from... Doesn't that look super cozy? We've got our laptop over there for gaming. Gotta have the gaming laptop. We got a sandwich, because you never know when you need a sandwich. And yeah, we got our fuzzy dice. We're ready to roll. Blinken, hello. Blinken, good to see you. Blinken says, hi Nick, thank you for being one of the cool streamers that stream on Sundays. My pleasure. I'm glad we can be here. Oh, Kono Kalantu, come on in, Kono. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please make yourselves at home. It's been a hot minute. How you doing? Kono, how was your stream? What were you guys up to tonight? What were you up to tonight? Yeah, it's been a little bit. How you been? Can we get a shout out for Kono Kalantu, please? Art and then Pal World. Very good. Very good. I don't know, mods might be asleep. Let me see. Oops. Let's get this shout out going. Shout out. Unless it already happened. No, I don't think so. Oops. There we go. Y'all, hit that heart. Support a member of this community. I'm sure Kono would appreciate it. Go check out some rad streams and show some support. Kono, thank you again so much for coming on in with your community. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, if you're just coming on in with the Kono raid, please make yourselves comfortable. Make yourselves at home. My name's Nick. I'm the ASMR nerd. We do relaxing yapping, mostly. A lot of yapping around here. But relaxing gaming. You know, it's kind of the vibe. But okay, got a month off work. No, a month of work non-stop. Dang. Getting it done on that grind. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Bribey, welcome. Bruce says, I used to love the sleeper in my dad's truck. He had a long nose Peterbilt jet black with like this wing on the top. Dude, that is awesome. That is badass. I can say that because I think that Eyelash is asleep. So I can say that. That is absolutely dope, Bruce. It does look cozy, doesn't it? It does. Blinken says, I sometimes consider being a trucker, and then I quickly realize that'd be a bad idea with my restless leg. That could be challenging. Yes, that could be challenging. Tristis, you've never learned to drive. You know, it depends on where you are, but sometimes you don't have to. I never needed a car enough. Yeah. If you live in a walkable place or a place with good transit, you don't need it. Mike says, am I the only one that gets that new fresh car smell when he plays this game? Oh, I could see it. I could definitely see it. It's because it always looks so clean in here. I keep my truck very clean. Look at the skylight. That's kind of fun, eh? Alright, we better hit the road here. Better get moving with this load. We've got to get these vaccines to Finland. Yo, what's up, Micah? Welcome on in. Alright, we're hanging a left out of here, it looks like. Alright, okay. Let's get that signal going. Alright, let's go. I really need to get this set up with VR one day. I tried it once. I couldn't get a feeling quite right. It gave me some motion sickness. But in theory, this game should be great in VR. And I have not tried it for years. So I should really give it another shot. Alright. I feel like I'm navigating this a little fast. Go around. I'm gonna pull out over here. Signal when I exit the roundabout. share the load. That's right, Blinken. It's going well, Micah. We've been yapping a lot today. We only just got to playing the game, so now we are on the road. Mostly, occasionally a little off the road, but mostly on the road. This is long. We got the double trailer, eh? Beautiful area, though. So you know what's cool? They are coming out with a coaches DLC for this game, which will be like tour buses. And I'm really looking forward to that. Because, again, I kind of played this game like a road trip simulator. A lot of the time, like, moving the stuff from A to B is kind of incidental. Mostly I just like driving these roads and enjoying the scenery. And so I think, you know, the coaches mode could be really nice. And then in American Truck Simulator, which is kind of the sister game, they are adding a road, like a literal road trip mode, where they're going to have some classic vehicles that you can drive. Like they showed I think like a '67 Mustang, and they'll have points of interest that you can visit all around the country, and you can collect postcards from these different places. And I'm like, that sounds rad. So I'm really looking forward to both those DLCs, actually. I think that'll be really nice. Sure thing, Phase Beast. You want hot dog and coffee at the next gas station. What can I get the rest of y'all? Anyone wants beef jerky? Maybe some candy bar, some chips. I'll see if I can find some all-dressed chips for us. Some of that. Okay. Out we go. Blinken, yes, I am a coffee person. I need my coffee each day to get myself going in the morning for work. You know how it is. It's kind of becomes a bit of a crutch, but also becomes a bit of a ritual, you know. And you look forward to it each day. I like good coffee. I don't even mind so-so coffee. I don't think I'm a super coffee snob, but I do like nice coffee. Yeah, same are attractive. It's just, I don't know. There's something about that process of making your coffee, and then that smelling the coffee in the morning. It just gets the brain working, gets the stuff percolating through the mind, you know. It's especially helpful when I have to have like big brain mode in the morning at my job. Sometimes I need to do the big brain stuff early, and that's tough otherwise. What about you, Blinken? You a coffee person? Yeah, same are attractive. I will say that that Kit Kat Chunky I had earlier, picked it up at a gas station when Sarah and we drove up Island on Friday. We both had Friday off, and we went up Island a few hours to go see some sand castles. Well, sand sculptures, really. There's a sand sculpture competition in a small community, a couple hours up the island. And all right, here we go. Taking a ferry. All right, let's I don't quite know where we're going, but this is where it's leading us. It's not quite clear, actually, from the map what's happening here. Maybe we're crossing a fjord. I don't know. Apparently, we're going to Halsa. It's a 25-minute ferry ride for 36 euros. Let's go. Anyway, so yeah, we went up there. It was a nice day. It was a really nice day, and I picked that Kit Kat Chunky up at a gas station. Blossom says the Cozy's putting up a real good fight right now. That's what I like to hear. Blinken says me too, but I can only do decaf because I get really bad caffeine reaction. You know what? If the decaf does it for you, that's great. I love my vanilla iced lattes. That sounds yummy. That sounds yummy. I like my real coffee, my fully caffeinated coffee in the morning, but after about 3 p.m. I generally don't drink coffee. I am like fairly caffeine sensitive, and I find that it you know, if I'm drinking coffee, well, 4 p.m. let's say, after 4 p.m. But if I was drinking coffee with like dinner, like 6 p.m. or after dinner, it would impact my sleep for sure. For sure. FazeB says, I've been inside real trucks and some of the new models are so comfortable and the back seat beds are cool. Yeah. They have spaces for a tiny fridge and a small TV. Yeah, I mean, people live out of their trucks, right? Truckers live out of their trucks. It honestly looks really cozy. FazeB also says, I love coffee. I do morning rituals with candles and seances to the bean gods. Oh dear. Isn't it so pretty? Mike asks, is there a newer version of this game or is this the latest one? This is the latest one. It came out back in like 2012, I think, and they've been updating it ever since then. They've added a lot to the game. Wow, am I really going that slow? Sorry, bro. They've added a lot to the game, tons of DLCs, various kinds. I would recommend waiting for a Steam sale if you're interested in buying, because it goes really cheap on Steam sales. Like, you can get the base game for like $2 or something like that, and then the DLCs are often pretty inexpensive, especially the older ones when they're all bundled. Obviously there's all kinds of like cosmetic whatever paint jobs and stuff, but the DLCs you really want are the new areas, because they expand the map considerably. So look at this, isn't this pretty? Nice that is. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. They've also upgraded the graphics engine numerous times over the years, and I think the game doesn't look too bad for a 2012 release. Truly. Kono said, I recently had my first forgot the cup moment and had coffee pouring into nothing. Oh no. Yeah, that's how you know you're dependent on the coffee in the morning. If you can't even get the coffee into the cup without the coffee, that's a bit of a catch-22, isn't it? The first captain, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome. Bruce says, I needs my morning coffee. Yeah. Bruce says, what's your turbo coffee, Nick? Do you have a go-to for an extra boost? We actually we get this cold brew stuff. It is called Javi, and it's a cold brew coffee concentrate. And so if I want to kick it up, I will add some of that, or I will do like an iced coffee or cold coffee with like 4 teaspoons of that stuff, and that hits pretty good. That hits pretty good if I need to kick it up. Blinken says, same. I've learned to find local coffee places with good decaf espresso. Nice. Yeah, a good decaf coffee these days can be really good, like quite delicious. Trista says, caffeine sets off my sleep bruxism. That's teeth grinding, right? I like this stuff, but it doesn't like me. You know, that's fair. That's good that you recognize that. Where are we going here? I think we're hanging right. But I was just gonna catch up on chat here. Attractive says can't have more than one a day, otherwise look at the shakes and yeah, no sleeps. I make coffee. Whoa. Hey, Phase Beast. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for the coffee in your super chat there. I appreciate it very much. Caffeine sensitivity, says Phase Beast. You actually gain the energy of an ancient beast. Coffee rage mode activate. That's right. You wouldn't like me when I'm caffeinated. Too over caffeinated. Chris says I'm currently drinking cheap 7-Eleven filter coffee on my way to work. It's kind of the best bad coffee I can have here, and it definitely does the trick with getting my brain going. You know what? The best coffee is the coffee that you have at any given time. Phaseby says, I like 7-Eleven coffee, especially having the French vanilla creamer. I can't say I've had 7-Eleven coffee recently, but I will say I don't mind McDonald's coffee. It's pretty good. I ain't judging you, Mike. You just raw dog life, no coffee. Maybe I should start drinking. I mean, it's, it's to each their own. I like coffee. Like I said, it's part of a morning ritual. Gets my brain going first thing, and it's nice, it's nice. But like my dad, he does not drink coffee. He has never drunk coffee. He hates the stuff. He would never. So to each their own. Yeah, totally face beast. Attractive said, sorry, I got distracted halfway through your message. I make coffee at home every day, but my favorite thing to look forward to every week is going to a cafe on my Friday morning for a yummy barista coffee. The fancy coffee. Nice. Yeah, sometimes fancy coffee's fun. First Captain, thank you for joining us on the Twitch side of things. I appreciate you viewing wherever you want to, but it's nice to have you in the Twitch chat as well. Yeah, it's attractive, 100%. Yeah, I do my cold brew with oat milk as well. It's real good. I also have a no sugar Starbucks creamer. It's like a chocolate flavored, like a mocha thing, which I will sometimes put like a teaspoon of in just to give it a little sweetness, a little chocolate kick. That's nice too. With my oat milk and my cold brew. Blinken says, that's one thing I love about trucking is the beautiful landscapes. I drove across country a few times taking different routes and always loved the views. Yeah, 100%. I finally purchased a mocha pot to try and save money. Oh, we got some construction going on here. Otherwise, I'm going to a cafe like 3 times a week, and it's a problem. Yeah, getting the fancy coffees, or even just any coffee from a cafe, it adds up. Like, just a medium coffee, even just a medium drip coffee these days, I feel like is like $4 or $5. Do that 5 times a week. Well, that's $25 every week. Not that I don't judge anybody who does that. Like, sometimes that's just what works out or whatever, or that's a worthwhile expense for you, but I do try to make my coffee at home. Most of the time it is a lot cheaper, and I can make it just the way I want it, right? Which is always nice. But sometimes you don't have time or whatever. Or you just want something fancier. It is nice to treat yourself every once in a while. Okay. Oh, this guy came through he was in the traffic circle. Alright. We're exiting this way. Tonight's beer is a red lager. It's kind of nondescript, actually, but it's good. It's good. It's on the maltier side, you know, but it's good. It's not overly malty or overly sweet. It's nice and clean, very crisp, as you'd expect or hope from a lager. It's got a nice clean mouthfeel. Oh, that was a toll, okay. How's our gas looking? Oh, we're good. We still got like about half a tank. Oh, shoot. Almost went the wrong way there. Blinken, I'll show you the can for tonight's beer because it's actually kind of interesting and relevant. It is the Fireline Red Lager from Red Truck Beer, and 10% of proceeds from this beer go towards BC wildfire relief, which I thought was quite nice to see and very topical right now. You know, that's fair as well, Naga. I don't think my coffee thing started as a dependency, but over time it kind of becomes a dependency. Like, I'm not saying I can't function or exist without my coffee. Certainly on weekends I actually rarely drink coffee, and but most work days I do. It really does help get the brain going in the mornings, no doubt about it. There was a time where instead of drinking coffee, I was drinking more energy drinks, and after a while I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. They were making me feel a bit icky after a while. But coffee works. Coffee's nice. Guess I'm speeding a bit, huh? Trista says, I can't function without fruit gums and an early night. Also fair. We all have our things. Faisby says, I always enjoyed long road trips. Sorry, oh gosh. Our lane is disappearing. This is, again, I'll remind you, this is exactly why you should never text and drive. That wasn't a ticket, that was a toll, just in case anyone was wondering. This is a perfect example of why you should never text and drive, because I keep almost hitting stuff. Oh, I missed a bunch of YouTube chatter. Yeah, I can notice that. I love coffee, iced coffee, cold brew with oat milk. Fowl and I think there's a word missing there, but maybe bonded over energy drinks. Basically, she likes Ghost over Celsius, and I think they're all gross. Oh, you differed maybe over. So I drink Celsius. I've had Celsius before, it's fine. But if I was drinking an energy drink, the one I usually was drinking was, what the frick is it called? They sell it at Costco. I'll call it, like, it's not Tiki. What the heck was it? I actually completely forget now. It was years ago. Faisby says, I can't wait till you open up your first cafe shop. Nick's Cafe and Gaming. Yo, if I had just like a bunch of money and was like financially secure, opening a gaming cafe would be pretty rad. And I don't necessarily mean like a Korean style gaming cafe, like a PC gaming cafe. I mean, there might be some of that, but it would be like the coffee, like the cafe side of it would actually be a major focus. But also, it'd be like gaming themed, and you could game there. Maybe there'd be some retro consoles that you could play. You could maybe do PCs as well. But it's not like for sweaty esports. It'd be like a chill place to get some coffee and play some games. That'd be pretty cool. Mike asks if you've ever gone on a long distance road trip. If so, where to? I guess it depends on your definition of long distance. Like, I've done multi-day road trips in BC. Sorry, there's a fruit fly just flying around here. Like to Alberta, and north, like the northern parts of BC, but never driven across the country or anything like that. Certainly, I've done quite a bit of driving in other countries when I'm visiting as well, but yeah, never done like a big long haul, like, you know, week long or longer road trip. Kind of just going from A to B. The beer is good, phase-based. Cruz, welcome and congrats on your 3-stream streak. Good to see you. Yeah, phase-based, I'm trying not to crash into buildings, but it's hard. That's right, not a sweaty COD esports coffee shop. I'm blinking, you're talking about the mocha pot. I often make my coffee with an AeroPress. I also have an espresso machine, and I like espresso from that machine. But honestly, the AeroPress is really good. Like, objectively, it might actually make the best coffee of any machine or device I own. This is not sponsored by AeroPress. The one thing I don't like about it is that it's all plastic. And you're putting, like, hot water into it. I don't like that. I worry about microplastics. But, hard to argue with the coffee itself. It tastes really good. Blinken, you can't do oat milk. You know, not all oat milk is made equal. The brand that I really like is called I'm forgetting. Is it Good Earth? No, it's not Good Earth. It's Earth's Own, maybe. I think it's Earth's Own. But it's nice. It's really creamy. And sometimes we get the silk, which is pretty ubiquitous in grocery stores. The silk oat milk is okay. But I don't like it as much as the Earth's Own. I think the Earth's Own is better, personally. It's creamier. Alright. Phantom Shadow says, I drink Ghost and Celsius. I'm drinking Ghost right now. I like mixing Ghost with apple juice. I've never had Ghost. Is it good? I've had Celsius. What the frick was the name of that stuff from Costco that I was drinking for a while? Also, what is up with all these roundabouts? So many. It's a heckin' rainy day here in Norway. Just keeps being rainy. The big old field. Look at this. Massive field. Blinken, I appreciate that you check out my gaming cafe. I hope you become a regular. Logo Tone, you've been using AeroPress since 2012. It makes good coffee. Like, it just makes really good coffee, and it's easy. You know, it's very easy. Yo, Aspen Sparklight, thank you for the follow. I like your name. Welcome in. Welcome. It's all good, Yakinono, whether you're posting on YouTube or Twitch. I know who you are. You know, the guy who invented the Aerobee Frisbee invented the AeroPress? I did not. I did not. Naga says, I've accepted that microplastics will have a direct impact on my health at this point. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, really, unfortunately, but I do still try to mitigate it when I reasonably can. Blinken says, I was deciding between a mocha pot and a French press. Try not to hit that, boss. Went for the cheaper option. Yeah, that's fair. Waiting for my espresso I ordered to arrive so I can try it out. Nice, nice. Oatly full fat. Interesting. I've never tried that one. Headlight usage offense. Dang. Yeah, I guess it is getting kind of dark. I should turn my lights on. I completely missed that. Whoops. Whoops. Yakinono infiltrating Twitch chat like a G. The first captain. Is there a list of commands? There is? I forget what the command is to get the list of commands. There absolutely is one, though. I just forget what it is. It might be exclamation mark commands. I forget. Phase B says, I wanted to buy a cheap French... Man, I'm driving all over the road here. This is not good. I wanted to buy a cheap French press and coffee grinder. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Disaster strikes! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we're in the ditch, guys. Can I back out of here? Oh, I think I goofed. Oh no, my dude's getting tired as well. Oh, we mega goofed. I don't even know how to get out of this. I can now start moving. Maybe differential lock could help. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see if that'll get me anywhere. No, we are big stuck. We are mega stuck. Oh, maybe we can back out. If you can't get out of a difficult situation, you may use the tow service to access it. I've never had to do this. Yeah, I think we are super stuck. I don't actually know what even happened there. This is why you don't text and drive, gang. This is why you don't text and drive. Yeah, we are super screwed. Tow to service. Tow to road. Let's see if we can just tow to road. Assistance service can take you and your truck to the nearest road. It's literally right here. 155 euros and take 30 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay, let's oh shoot. Get my wheels cranked over. The good news is the cargo was only slightly damaged. Only a little bit. Okay, our truck, however, is fairly damaged. I think if we can, we should pull over at the next service station. Although we do want to get this delivery done, so we'll see. You died. That's right. I freaking died. Kiss your job goodbye. Oh man, I can't believe I've done this either. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever done that on stream. Blinken said, I went to a cat cafe the other day and it was all vegan, so I tried the oat milk latte. I don't know if the espresso is bad or I'm just not vibing with the oat milk. Hard to know. I find oat milk itself like really inoffensive. It doesn't have much flavor of its own. Our tractor says oat milk is goated for iced coffee. We have a milk company called Alternative Brewing, and their oat milk is so good. Yeah, I think it's Earth's Own that I like. Let me look this up. Earth's Own oat milk. Yeah, that's definitely it. It's really good. Love that stuff. I can't believe I've done this. I live in Norway now. I'm here forever. Alright, you go get that oat milk. I'll go down. Rookie mistake. Reading chat while driving. Rookie mistake. Thorax says, I always wondered how trucks end up in the ditch, but now I understand. They're talking to their fans about coffee addiction. They're just like, yo chat, am I screwed? Hey Pisces, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid. Koi boy swimming in. Pi kicked you out again. Yes, you can swim here. Yes, you can swim here. Dot Hacker, welcome on in. Valmont, welcome on in. Koi boys, wonderful to have you here. You just missed disaster in my trucking game. But everything's fine now. We're cool. It's good. We're back on the road. Everything's all right. Don't worry about it. Steel Neko. Shh. They don't need to know. Valmar says, FYI, Pi might need to raid and run. She's limiting screen time after a concussion. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that she had a concussion. I hope that she is recovering swiftly and smoothly, and I completely understand. So, Pisces, I don't know if you're listening or if you're already out here, but rest up. I hope you're doing well. I wish you a speedy recovery. But thank you again so much for the raid. We really appreciate it. It is wonderful to see you all. I hope that y'all had a great stream over on Pisces stream. What were you all doing tonight? What were you up to? Oh, hey, there's Pi. Pi says, yes, what Valmar said. I appreciate you being live. I'll be listening and vibing to your stream. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, even if you're not watching. I did see your disaster. Oh, no. We can't hide it. I can't pretend it didn't happen. A violent carrot. Thank you for the follow. Watch yourselves. We've got a violent carrot in the chat. Pisces, again, I really do appreciate it. It is wonderful to have you here. Please, friends, I don't know if we got a shout out. I don't think we did. Mods are asleep. Shout out. Pisces. Please, friends, go hit that heart. Give Pisces a follow. Fantastic ASMR streamer here on Twitch. Been doing it for a very long time. Wonderful community. Wonderful tingles. Please go support. And enjoy some quality ASMR here. And thank you again for joining us. If it's your first time here, Pisces Raiders, please allow me to welcome you. My name's Nick. I'm the ASMR nerd. We do nerdy ASMR stuff around here. It's mostly yapping, honestly. I talk a lot, probably too much. But also we play video games a little bit. Tonight we're playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. And yes, we did end up in a ditch in Norway because I was too busy reading chat. So let this be a lesson. Don't read chat and drive. Don't read chat and drive. Sierra Misty, welcome on in. Enjoying that oat milk. Damn, that's some good oat milk, says Loco Tom. Blinken swimming in with the fishies too. Yeah, absolutely. Did I miss any other chats here? I think I did. Blinken says, I remember when driving out of the mountains, there was this huge dirt emergency ramp. Yes, the runaway ramps. Yep. We have those here in BC. Yeah. Thorek, yo, thanks for chilling with us tonight. Always a pleasure. You have a good one, and we will see you next time. Sleep well, Thorek. I'm not using the wheel today, Bruce. I'm using the FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro tonight, which is probably my favorite controller. I like the wheel. I thought about using it. I actually do have my shifter over here attached to the desk. But the problem with the wheel is then I also use the pedals, and the pedals are very hard to use when standing up. So I could have sat down and done it, but it's just weird. I always stream standing up. So I don't know about gluten and oat milk tick spring. It's a fair point. I don't know. Jumping back into YouTube chat to see all y'all laughing at me after I crashed. Yes, Mike, I've had coffee beers before. I've had some coffee stouts. They're nice, but the problem is I tend to drink beer in the evenings, and that's not necessarily when I want a hit of espresso. What the heck was that? I don't know what that was. It's okay, Sierra Misty. You made it after all, and I appreciate it. I rolled over and flipped the trucks. I did not. I did not flip the trucks. We did not roll. We did not roll. Nick's car insurance rate will skyrocket. We're fine. We're good. I just have to pay for a bit of repair on this truck, but it's fine. It's fine. We're good. All right, we're back on the road. Let's go. Let's go. We're fine. Everything's fine here now. Don't worry about that weird scraping sound you hear. It's fine. It's fine. We are gonna have to stop at a garage though. We're kind of like out in the middle of nowhere. We're like up in the mountains or something. I don't know. It feels like we're quite isolated. We also do have to sleep. Yeah, like it says there. We need to find a parking place to rest. But you can only sleep in specific places. Like you can't just pull over on the side of the road and sleep. And I don't see any. Let's take a quick look here. Oops. There. Where is our next? Okay, there's a gas station up ahead, but it's not really what we need because there's nowhere to park and sleep there. Looks like we're out of luck until here. I think there's some beds here. Where is this? This is Östersund. So yeah, we're kind of. Oh, and there's a garage here too. So yeah, that's where we should go. Let's set a course. And then hopefully we can sleep and get repaired and then hit the road again. That's right, we got some spooky stuff going on here, Face Beasts. Paranormal activity, weird sounds. Yo, what's up, Gridkin? Gridkin says, I've been a long time follower of your YouTube and a bit on Twitch, but one of my favorite videos you have ever done was your Skyrim series. That was truly amazing. Yo, Gridkin, I appreciate it. I have a special place in my heart for the Skyrim series, and just like a lot of the stuff on my channel these days, I would love to get back to it. Perhaps I shall. I don't know if any of you are into the Skyrim modding community, but for a long time there's been this thing called ENB, and I don't even know what it stands for, but it's like shaders It's basically like a whole package of effects that makes Skyrim look way nicer. It adds like better ambient occlusion, it adds screen space global illumination, it adds skylighting, it adds like sun shafts, it adds color grading, it adds tons of stuff. Complex, parallax, all kinds of things. Anyway, for many years, that's been what you use to make your Skyrim real pretty. It runs awful though. The performance is terrible, but it looks really nice. Anyway, in more recent times, so the problem with ENB is that it's made by this one guy, and well, there's a whole lot of things, but anyway, the author of ENB is pretty problematic. He's, you know, racist and homophobic, and this sort of came out over time that he's doesn't seem like a really nice guy. Brilliant programmer, no doubt. He did stuff that nobody thought was possible with Skyrim, but seems like not a nice person. So anyway, in recent years, there's been a big push to create a like open source community built shader package, appropriately called community shaders. And it's been a huge collaborative effort between a bunch of modders in the Skyrim modding community, basically trying to match sort of the functionality offered by ENB, or surpass in some cases. And it's been a long time coming, but they have progressed in leaps and bounds. And community shaders now is looking really good these days. What they recently added was the ability for ENB presets, which are like sort of presets of effects, packages, and color grading and whatnot that people would create for ENB, sort of custom ENB presets. They've created the ability now with community shaders to import those ENB presets into community shaders and get a very similar kind of experience using community shaders rather than ENB. Anyway, this is very long-winded and kind of inside baseball. A lot of you probably don't care, but the point is, you know, I used ENB for many years in my Skyrim because it was the only option for kind of a shader pack like that. But I would love to remod my Skyrim and build it around community shaders. Will I have the time to do that? Who can say? But in my heart, I'd like to do that. I hope I do get to do that at some point. Now, a Violent Carrot has gifted a sub to Pisces. Pisces, welcome on in to the Potato Pals. Not your first time here, and certainly not your last. A Violent Carrot, that was very, very kind. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Pisces. I appreciate your support of the community and the channel, and for giving Pisces access to all our fun potato-based emotes and ad-free viewing and all that stuff. That's really kind. Thank you, Violent Carrot. I'm gonna tap on this potato just for y'all to welcome Pisces back in. All I know is there better be some Iron Man stickers somewhere. What? Oh, with the controller. This one did not come with Iron Man stickers, sadly. ENB stands for Enhanced Natural Beauty. Okay, there you go. I did not know that. ENB series is available for other games other than just Skyrim too. The author, Boris, has made it for a bunch of games. And it is really nice looking. Like, there's no doubt about it, but it's just too bad he's a real piece of work. Violent Carrot says, oh no, that's awesome. I used ENB for many years as well. Glad to hear there's a new thing. Yeah, I mean, some of what they're doing with community shaders is really impressive. Some super cool stuff. So, it's not totally at feature parity with ENB in every way. I think it still lags behind for some features, but it's also, you know, it does some things better than ENB as well. And most importantly, it's a very open community effort. So this road is really narrow. I want to read chat, but I really actually have to keep an eye on the road. This is actually kind of scary. Why would you make this lane so narrow? Now I'm paranoid I'm going to hit something. Thank you for the follow. Dare I look away? And Nix9IRL. I don't think I spelled that right. It's time to take your mandatory break. Wait, what? What did that say? You should find a parking spot and rest. I'm really trying. I would love to, but there hasn't been one. There hasn't been one. Anyway, Anix, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. And please make yourself at home. Anix girl, got it. Got it. The 9 is a G. I understand. Welcome. Welcome. Anix girl says, I tried Skyrim in VR and got pretty sick. Most VR games don't give me motion sickness, but Skyrim VR does. Yeah, there's a lot of options for tweaking Skyrim VR because, as you're probably not too surprised to hear, there's a ton of mods. One thing that I found helped me with Skyrim VR was to use the teleportation-based movement rather than the continuous, like, walking movement. But you may have tried that. But that's just an option in the base game. That's an option in the base game. If you're looking for a really good foundation for Skyrim VR that adds, you know, some kind of essential VR mods without adding too much other stuff, check out the Foos mod pack. It comes in 3 levels: Foos, Ro, and Da. And the Foos level is sort of the basic bare bones. It adds a lot of good VR mods. And then the other levels add sort of increasingly more graphical stuff after that. Yeah, it's I think it's available as a Wabbajack mod list as well. Makes install really easy. First Captain says, would you consider yourself a reader? If so, read anything recently. So historically, I would absolutely consider myself a reader. However, these days, I have so little time, it feels like, to read. It's like I can game a bit, or I can read a bit, or I can sleep. And reading often ends up getting left out, which is sad because I have a ton of books and I love reading. I just don't get to do it as much as I would like. However, the book I'm currently reading is called Play Nice. You might have heard of this book. It is about the history, the rise and fall, if you will, of Blizzard Entertainment. It is written by Jason Schreier, a famous video games journalist, and came out maybe a year or two ago. And it covers the early days of Blizzard, goes through their... That's Royal. Sorry, that startled me. Hey, Royal. I thought you were asleep, dear. Here, let me, yes, dear. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. Hi, dear. She's like, hey, it's late. You should come to bed. Honey, what's up? What's up? Hello, sweetie. Hello. Anyway, yeah, I'm only just actually started reading it just a little bit ago, but Play Nice so far, really good. Yes, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, also by Jason Schreier, totally. She's back from her nap. She is. Violent Carrot says, I think everyone can understand that. Never enough time these days for everything. It's true. I would love to read all the books and play all the games. Just feels like less and less time each year. Tickspring says, Thief has some scrolls and text to read. You get an inkling to read. That is true, Tickspring. That is true. Bruce says, man, I used to be such a huge reader, and these days I just don't have the time. I know, it's rough. I finally sat down and finished The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. Excellent book. I think you might, did you mention this before? I think you might have mentioned this book previously. Hello, Royal. What are you looking at, dear? What are you looking at? What a baby. I know she is, isn't she? She's a happy baby. She was sleeping on the bed, but I guess at some point she decided, I want some attention. This is Royal, everyone. If you've never met Royal, she is our little rag doll. She is 8 years old, and we adopted her from our neighbor. Well, she basically rehomed herself here. The neighbor, Royal used to be an indoor cat that belonged to our neighbor, and then the neighbor got more cats, and Royal was not okay with that, so Royal became an outdoor cat so that she wouldn't be fighting with the other cats and whatnot. And when we moved into this house, when we bought the place, Royal had basically decided that this was her house. She lived in our garden when we bought the place, and over time she basically rehomed herself here. She kind of moved in, pretty much. It's Royal's place. We just pay the mortgage. So, but she's so cute, and we love her so much. She's such a baby. 100% baby. Oh, Violent Carrot, your baby's very cute. Your baby's very cute. Good baby. Good Royal. Yeah. All right. You want it down? Here. Come hang out in your cat sheet. Come hang out in your cat sheet. There you go. You just hang out there, you know. You just hang out there, you know. Okay. She's off. Off to cause havoc. Stephen is a flame-pointed ragdoll. Very cute. He's very sweet. Very sweet. He runs the whole cult in every aspect of my life. I love him so much. It's kind of how it is, isn't it? Our life has slowly become more and more centered around Royal, I have to admit. She is a purr beast. She is. That's the cute thing. Pretty much, if I pick her up any given time, she will just purr. Is she saying it's bedtime? I think she is. I think she's saying come sleep. It's bedtime. Pretty sure. She loves the cuddles. She loves nothing more. Well, she really does love her banana, her catnip banana. She likes it a lot. And she also loves her dehydrated chicken treats. But along with cuddles, those are probably her favorite things. Yes, I know. Everyone says I must read Dungeon Caller Carl. And everyone says Royal reminds them of Princess Donut. She did choose us our tractor, which makes it that much more special. She decided this is where she wanted to be. For sure. Stephen is 21 pounds. Stephen is more than twice as big as Royal. Royal was actually the runt of her litter. She's quite small for a ragdoll. She's only about 8.5 pounds. So, but the vet says that she's a healthy weight for her frame. So, 21 pounds. That's a big boy, Violent Carrot. I know, cats are wonderful. And they're also very good at turning humans into servants. That's right. Oh, Lordy, coming. YouTube chat. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been neglecting you. Face Beast says, do you enjoy late night rides or car trips? Yeah, there's a real vibe to late night car trips. Yes, I do. I do. Yo, what's up, T? Prothalasic says, I recently tried community shaders. Going back to the Skyrim talk now. They're very nice. I think it's one of those mods that should make its way into most mod lists. I bet you it will. I bet you it will become the sort of de facto shader implementation for Skyrim. You know, Face Beast, I don't know what happens if you just keep driving while your character keeps falling asleep. I'm not sure. Is there such thing as a truck driver VR game? So, Euro Truck Simulator 2, you can play in VR. They do have a VR mode for it. I don't know how well it's supported these days, but they do have one. Go baby. Go baby royal. Chris says my cat will do the same. Get up for a nap to say hi. It's so sweet when they do that. It is. It's really cute. Yo, what's up, Stephen? Stephen O'Hara joining us. So glad to be able to see the end of live stream. Usually wake up and the VOD is available. Well, you've got the live version now. Let's see if we can. I don't know if we're gonna finish this delivery tonight, but at the very least, I hope that we can get to somewhere that we can sleep in the game. Let's. I think we're pretty close now. We must be. Oh yeah, we're getting pretty close. We're just gonna come over here, hang a right, and we can repair our vehicle and sleep. The truck's making some noises that I'm not a fan of. Not a fan. But Steven, thanks also for being a VOD warrior. Thanks for watching the VODs. Yes, Royal is all floof. She looks bigger than she is. Oh shoot, I just blew through a red light. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. It's fine. We're fine. Nobody got hurt. We are really struggling here, though. Our driver is exhausted. Our truck is severely damaged. We're just limping into the garage here. Resting place nearby, indeed. I'm not sure why it's giving me all these tutorial tips. This is something new. I don't know when that started. There is, in fact, a sleeping spot, and we're almost there. We're almost there. We are close. First Captain says, when I was a kid, you couldn't get my head out of a book. As a teen, I shifted towards manga and then stopped for a bit. I recently realized that reading manga is much better than not reading at all. And so I've been throwing in novels, and I've been throwing in novels too. Nice. Shoot. I was reading the chat. See, I read a lot of chat. I was reading the chat and I screwed up because we have to go here. Can I? Okay, we're just gonna. Nice. I think I'm pretty sure I can. Nice. We're covered. We're good. We're good. All is well. Naga says, almost seems like VR had a crescendo and then kind of tapered off a bit. It has, which is too bad because it's really cool. I love me some VR games. I will say my VR setup is pretty dated at this point. I still have an original Oculus Rift. I would like to... I really want to get a Steam frame when it launches. I'm sure we'll be hearing about it any day now. They said they would reveal, or they, it would launch. I think they said it would launch this summer. Obviously, the Steam Machine is out already, and I really want to see. I'm just really hoping the Steam frame isn't going to be exorbitantly expensive. But if it's like not crazy, it's like anywhere close to reasonable, I'll probably get one. I've been anticipating getting one. If I can even get my hands on one, of course. But they could be super hard to get. We'll find out. Oh no, the garage is available for sale. That's not what I want. I want to sleep. So Someone's honking at me. Bro, leave me alone. I just want to sleep. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to sleep here. Where's the sleeping spot in here? Oh no. And now I've got this super long trailer that I can't. I want to take my mandatory break. Where can I take a break here? Sometimes it's not always clear. Maybe I have to like buy the garage to sleep here? Is that what it's trying to say? I just want to sleep. This is brutal. Why is there no sleep spot in this freaking game? Maybe I should have gone back here. It looks like there's maybe a sleep spot at this gas station. But I can't tell because the icon is underneath the gas icon, so that's pretty hard. I guess I could go back to that gas station and try sleeping there. Hey, look at that. Salem Arcana. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Felipe, good to see you. Milwaukee, good to see you. Welcome. Salem Arcana, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome. We're struggling right now in Euro Truck Simulator. We are definitely struggling. But we really appreciate the raid. Thank you so much for joining us. Salem Arcana. Here, let me get a shout out going for starters. Let me get a shout out going for starters. Salem Arcana. The Arcane Cathedral is raiding in. I feel like we need to have a good raid message. We've never had one. Y'all, please go hit that heart. Go follow Salem Arcana. Go enjoy some quality ASMR. What were you guys up to? What were you guys up to tonight? What were you doing? Were you ASMRing it up? Were you gaming? What were you doing? Yeah. If anybody has any good ideas for our community raid message, feel free to share them in the chat, because we've never really had one. But thank you again so much for coming on by with your wonderful community and joining us here. If it's your first time here, please make yourselves at home, get comfy. My name's Nick. I'm the ASMR nerd. We've been doing ASMR for a long time around these parts. And I do nerdy ASMR stuff. Sometimes that's a lot of yapping. Sometimes it's a little bit of ASMR gaming. That's what we're doing here tonight. We're playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. So we're driving around in Europe with our truck. Salem Arcana says, holy keebs in the background. Yeah, we do have a few. We do have a few keyboards here. And more beyond that are not on the wall right now. I must admit. We were gaming too, not ASMR today. Oh, nice. Playing Ale and Tail Tavern. That sounds amazing. I've not played that. I should check that out. Ale and Tail Tavern. This looks super cozy. It's like a co-op thing. That looks great. I might have to check this out. We do like our ale and tails around these parts. You have two keyboards, but my alternate is mounted up the same way on the wall. Nice, nice. Using the Gravistar MK 1.0. That's awesome. Do you have, is it like, are they linear switches, like smooth, or is it like a tactile or clicky? I've got a heckin' clicky keyboard on my desk here right now, as you probably heard. It's a very loud boy. It is the 8-bit Do Retro M keyboard is what I've got on my desk right now. The nerd army has arrived. You know, Tick Spring. We got the potato. We got the nerd face. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back a little bit here. I think I missed some stuff. Oh yeah, NX Girl, you have the Valve Index. How do you like it? I've always kind of wanted to get an Index, but I just couldn't justify it. I don't know. Not when I had the Oculus Rift. Kind of a rough night on the ASMR stream. Specifically with the driving, Bruce. Specifically with the driving. I would get so arrested if this was real life. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Gumby, do I know where to get CRTs besides eBay? Check out Facebook Marketplace. Not that I have any love for Meta or Facebook, but Facebook Marketplace, at least around here, is a great place to get some good deals on retro tech. I never played Vader Immortal, Bruce. I don't know. I should, but I never did. It always looks super cool. Pardon me. NX Girl says for Vermilion on VR is amazing. You can watch YouTube videos on how to paint. Huh. And the painting's pretty realistic. That sounds cool. I've not tried that. You can watch a Bob Ross video paint along in VR. Actually, that sounds amazing. That sounds really nice. Hey, Lionheart. Are you lurking, Lionheart? I don't see you in the chat, but I see that you requested a blood sugar check. So let's see how she's doing. 7.2 and stable. So you see it came up after that low earlier, which is great. Thank you for looking out for your streamer, Lionheart. I appreciate that. Guilty, still thing. It's all good. You're allowed to lurk. That's all good. I'm gonna shout you out though. Shout out. So Lionheart. Long time member of this community, friend of the channel, awesome streamer here on Twitch. Go hit that heart. Go support. Go check out Lionheart. Not ASMR specifically, but Lionheart does do some cozy gaming, as well as some stealth gaming with everybody's favorite thief, Garrett. So please do go check out Lionheart. Hit that heart. Richard, hello and good night. Hello and good night. We are the gentle nerds of the night. Potato pals are rolling in. Okay, that's good. It's got the spinning potato. That's pretty good. Richard says, I like the Eevee and Pikachu plushies in the background. Thank you. They're both really cute, cool. They're cute. We've got the two Pikachus over here. We've got the Sleepy Chew, the big one. Then we got the little Sleepy Chew right here. The little one I got in Japan at the Pokemon Center in Ginza. I think it was the Pokemon Center DX. Raid call, we are the gentle nerds of the night. I like all these. I don't know how I can pick. We come in peace, we bring many potatoes. Laserpig says, do you ever just mash keys on your wall of keyboards and pretend you're the protagonist of a sci-fi movie? No, but I will now. Salem Arcana says, my older keyboard is the Logitech G715 tactile and the Gravistars with Kale Cherry pink linear switches. Nice. It's got a bit more thok to it. Sounds lovely. Tingle Tatoes Raid. I like that too, Bruce. Some towns have niche stores for retro console stuff. That's true. Sometimes you can find stores that do have some of that stuff. Well, Bruce, when I get my Valve frame, Steam frame, whenever that might happen, I'll just dive headfirst into all these VR games again. Yeah, it's really nice. People remind me to keep an eye on my blood sugar. I really do appreciate it. Potatoes, boil and mash them, tap them with your fingers. Tinglies. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but you know. Tingle Taters Raid, also good. Oh, you have the Sleepy Eevee, Silamacana? I also have the Sleepy Eevee. This Eevee is not sleepy, but let me bring the sleepy one down. Bring the sleepy one down. Here we go. Here we go. So sleepy. So sleepy. Good Eevee. Lionheart says my daughter got a little Pikachu figure for her birthday, so she bought a Pokeball to put in it. Okay, I've got a sleepy ASMR nerd here. That's very cute, Lionheart. Eevee twins. Eevee twins. Does your Eevee have a name, Sailor Marcana? The keyboard strokes play music that bestows buffs. That's right. The keyboard just types out the epic tales on the keyboards. Blinken, Eevee's one of your favorite Pokemon, along with Ninetales and Articuno. Good choices. That's not Royal. I know. Royal was here earlier, though. Maybe when you were here. I'm not sure. I should, Face Beast. Just get the how's my driving sticker. I know, such rude drivers, though. These Norwegians, honestly. No name, but she does help you when having anxiety. Yeah, very cozy. Shape, size, weight. Also, just looks blissed out. Very peaceful. Oh yes, Royal was back here a little bit ago. She came in for a visit because she was sleeping on the bed, and then she just came in to say hi. Now let me see. Let me see if she's back on the bed. Yes, she is back on the bed. She's conked out, sleeping. I think she might have just decided. I think she came to try and tell me it was time to go to bed, and then she just gave up because she's like, well, I guess you're not coming to bed right now. Yes, the Gigantamax Pikachu. This guy. This heckin' unit. This large boy. Heckin' Chonkachu. Amazing. Attractive says, I bought an Umbreon teddy from the Pokemon store, and it's honestly the softest thing ever. Cute. Yes, Royal is a kitty. She is our ragdoll. She is really cute. Now, I can say that, but I don't really want to go wake her up and bring her over because that seems rude. But she was very insistent today that we give her attention, and so she made quite a few cameos on the stream. So I'm not going to go pick her up, but I will show you some pictures. Show you some pictures of Royal, because I will always happily share Royal pics. Here she is. She's out there in the backyard looking magnificent, looking very epic. And then I think most of you guys already saw these photos. I think I showed them last week or the week before. And then, yes, quite majestic there. And then here she is being a gremlin in the tub during Zoomies. Zoomy time. And there she is sleeping, being super fluffy on the bed. God, look at all that cat hair on the bed. It's ridiculous. So much hair. And Oh, this was the other night. She was making biscuits on the bed. Look at that baby. He's so cute. He's such a sweetie. She loves that blanket. She loves to make biscuits on that blanket. Big floof paws. She's got little tufties between her toe beans. We call her little grinchy toes. It's real cute. Yep, she's a darling. Little mitts. Yeah, little mitts. Fiji, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right. Nerdy taters coming in hot. Okay, I like that too, Dick Spring. That's good. Yeah, Blinken, I think I'm just gonna let her sleep. As much as I do love cuddling her, and I'm sure if I picked her up and brought her over here, she would be fine with it. She'd be purring. But still, she looks really peaceful, so I just didn't want to bother her. Fun fact, ragdolls have no bones. It sure seems that way. Salem Arcana, you have 3 cats, a 19-pound orange, an 11-pound void, and a 9-ish pound calico. Aw, that's so sweet. Big orange. My parents have a big male raggy. He is a massive floof, and a little void as well. Little void cat. Your cats sound adorable. Oh, she's having the sweetest dreams. Probably dreaming about chasing lizards in the backyard and licking her catnip banana. I bet. She owns the cat. Royal sleigh. Cat hair is simply the kitty version of fairy dust. That's right, kitty confetti. Just dusting the ground she walks on. Yeah, let the baby sleep. That's right. Best kitty combo, 1 orange and 1 void. They have such hilarious personalities. They do. Yo, what's up, B-dubs? A fellow Victoria local. So many lizards here. They've taken over the town. There are, at one point, I think there was some talk about trying to deal with them, somehow control that invasive population, but that ship has sailed long ago. They pretty much own the town now. Here in Victoria, we have a non-native lizard that got free at one point and has basically infested everywhere. It's the European wall lizard. They're not like underfoot all the time or anything, but they do outcompete native lizards and stuff, so they're not great. Yeah, they were, there was a back in the 70s, as I'm told, there was a zoo, but like not an official zoo, just like some zoo, like some person just had a bunch of weird animals. And then at some point they closed it down and they let all the animals go. And among them were these European wall lizards. They just turned them free into the wilderness. And since then they have exploded. The population has just erupted. And now they're everywhere. Your dog is very confused by them, a little Boston Terrier. Aw, poor little guy. Have your lizard spayed and neutered. I don't think it was legal, Lionheart, but they did it. It was the 70s. It was a lawless time. Yeah, they did it, and just there's no one doing it. So, yeah, the rains are really nice. Nice redeem, isn't it? Steel Echo says, "Is UBC or UVic?" It was UVic that had all the bunnies on campus. UVic had a ton of rabbits. Until they didn't. They did something with them. They claim that they sent them away to a happy bunny farm somewhere. So they say. I don't know about that. I think they claim they sent them to Texas or something like that, which is outrageous. Yeah, UVic was famous for having tons and tons of bunny rabbits on campus. Yeah, I know. They literally said they sent them to the farm. I don't know. So they say. So they say. Yeah. Happy bunny farm in the sky. Possibly. Possibly. You know what, gang? I don't want to figure out this situation with the truck. I got this truck stuck, and now I don't know what to do about it, because I thought we were coming to a place where I could sleep, where this character could sleep, because our driver character desperately needs to sleep, because there was a sleepy icon here on the map, but now they want like $800,000 to buy this garage to sleep here, and I don't even know how much. I don't think we have 800,000 euros. We have 376,000 euros. We could not afford this garage even if we wanted to. Let me just back up a little bit here, and let me just see if I think that's how much they said it was going to cost. Oh no, 180,000 euros. You know what? Let's buy the dang garage. We're just gonna live that life. I'm like, I need somewhere to sleep. 180,000 euros? No big deal. Let's buy the garage. Nice. Alright. It's a nice looking garage. I wish my truck would stop rolling though during the cutscene. That doesn't look great. I'm gonna skip this cutscene because we're jackknifing. And we damaged the trailer while we were at it. Dang. Dang. Can I just like pull into the garage? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna try anyway. With our massive trailer. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Oh gosh, what is happening? Alright, okay. Can I sleep here? What can I do here? Truck manager. Can I repair my truck here? I don't even know. No, this is like controlling my fleet. I don't really want to do that. Whatever, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're here. It's good enough. Surely we can just rest here, you know? Or something. I'm actually not sure how to rest at our own garage, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna say that's the end of our trip for today. That's what we're gonna say. What was that I just heard? Zutari. Zutari, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Tactrix. That was really, really kind. Zutari, I appreciate the gift sub. I appreciate the kind support of this channel. And Tactrix, enjoy your subscription gift from Zutari. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and your potato emotes. Your potato emotes. Yeah, attractive. I don't know if you saw on the way in. I think I might have knocked one of the pylons out of the way or something. But all right, good night, Tick Spring. Good night, friends. It is also time for me to say good night. It's quite late, and sadly, I have work in the morning. I'd love to hang out with you all and play video games and chill all night long, but that would not be responsible. So instead, I'm going to be kind to myself and go get some sleep. Friends, thank you so much for being here. So I'm just going to fix my exposure there. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. It is always a pleasure hanging out with all of you. Y'all make my week, every week. Always ever grateful to have this amazing community and these awesome streams to hang out with y'all. Before we wrap it up, let's go find someone to raid. We were the very lucky recipients of a bunch of raids here today, from Kono Kalantu, from Pisces, from Salem Arcana, from Phantom Shadow, which I appreciate very much, all of y'all. So, let's go find someone to pay it forward to share the love with. Who is streaming right now? And who have we not been to visit for a little while? I think we rated. Did we raid James Bond last week? I think we did raid James Bond 235 last week. So let's see who else is streaming. You guys want to go visit Amy Pie? It's been a while. It's been a while since we visited Amy Pie. Amy Pie, of course, is a wonderful ASMR streamer. She's been streaming on this here platform for ages and ages and ages. OG ASMR Twitch streamer. Super, super tingly, wonderful community. So if Amy's taking raids, let's go visit Amy Pie. Long time streamer and friend of the channel. You guys will be in good hands over there. Sorry, I've got that royal hair in my mouth. All right, let's see. It looks like she's still streaming, and it looks like she's taking raids. So, friends, if you are hanging out in the Twitch stream, just sit tight. We'll be heading over to Amy Pie's stream in about a minute. If you're on the YouTube stream, you're gonna have to jump on over if you want to raid into Amy Pie's stream with us. So join us on the Twitch, in the Twitch chat. Friends, once again, thank you so much for coming and hanging on out here. Thank you for making this community what it is. Truly, like literally, it would not be anything if you guys weren't here. It would be me playing video games, talking to an empty room. So, yeah, you guys are the MVPs, and I do appreciate you making this part of your routine, part of your weeks. You know, taking the time out of your valuable days to make this place what it is. So, heart you guys. Big love to our moderators. We appreciate our mods so much as well, keeping the chat safe. And big thanks to everyone who raided in tonight as well. Wonderful to see those awesome creators and their communities. Please do go follow and support as well. And the same goes for Amy Pie. Hit that follow when you get over there. I'll see y'all next week. See you next Sunday. Take care, friends.